This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is a violation of the law.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to TT Cranny Field High School Football, Tiger Football, live on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. Alongside Dan Walker, I'm Chris Juni. We'll have our on-field camera person, Cody Flowers, here, and Lori Walker will be here to bring you the camera from up here in the stands. Glad to have you with us on an absolutely beautiful Friday night. The wind was gusting up early, around 20 or 30 miles an hour. Now it's died down, and it's supposed to be less than 10 by game time, so just an absolutely ideal night for football. As you always do, let's take a moment here to salute our sponsors. Then we'll get to our Search Financial Services pregame. They include Polly Ice Pizza, Grinnell Mutual, Proline Building Company, Dairy Barn, North Risk Partners, Weldon Drywall, Prairie Lakes Church, Hexter for House, Latitude Signage and Design, and Mayflower Community. In addition to those sponsors, we also have some business card sponsors. You'll see those in the upper right-hand corner of your screen cycling through. We'll have all those sponsors I just mentioned, plus Turnkey Realty, Kurtz Collision Center, Brent Nickel State Farm, Clarity Eye Care, KGRN, and Mindy Holes Exit Realty. So we're down here. Tigers come in at 5-2. Took a lump last week of getting thumped by Benton, but have Williamsburg a shot here. And the playoffs are just 2 weeks away. They'll announce those playoff pairings next Saturday morning by 10 a.m. So that's kind of how that will go together. We'll start our Search Financial Services pregame. We have both coaches, longtime Williamsburg head coach Kurt Ritchie, and then, of course, we have Grinnell's own Adam Haydenfeld up. And we'll take this 2-minute break, come back and hear from the coaches as we tell you you're listening to the Search Financial Services pregame on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
Hi there, this is Joey Pollyi, third generation owner of Pollyi's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pollyi's in downtown Grinnell.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 Fifth Avenue, Grinnell.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Back here in our Search Financial Services pregame on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. Williamsburg is led by head football coach Kurt Ritchie, long-time head football coach Kurt Ritchie. He goes back to some battles between him and Coach Dunn back in the day, and he was kind enough to give us some time, and we got his thoughts on the Tigers tonight as we get ready for our pregame. And we listen to Williamsburg head football coach Kurt Ritchie on our Search Financial Services pregame on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. On our Tiger Sports Live Stream Network pregame show with the Benton co-head coach Cal Goodchild. And, Coach, congratulations. You beat Solon last week. You trailed in that game late, but you got a late score. And just kind of maybe recap that game and, what that means to your program.
Yeah, I mean, I know we trailed late, but we led them all the way to about 3 minutes into the game. So that's it's one of those games where we kind of let them a little bit in it as they went, and then I don't know if we got lucky or we just played well enough to get it done at the end, but it worked out. As I told the Solon coaches, we're kind of even now because last year we beat the tar out of them and didn't win. So, we deserve this one, I told them, and they just kind of laughed and said, "You're right." So, yeah, Solon's a good program, and it was a good win for us.
And this week, of course, you host the Grinnell Tigers. Tigers coming off a win. After seeing the huddle film, what are the couple, three things that jump off the film at you about the Tigers?
Well, they got a really good skill kids. I mean, it's obvious, the quarterback, the Kaufman kid, and they got from him to the Heisman kid to the McDonald kid, and they got their running backs are solid with the Ringler kids. So I mean, they just got good athletes. They're big up front, and it's easy to see who runs the show. Here's the Kaufman kid. He's a pretty good dude. He's good athlete on both sides.
And defensively, I know you guys line up with a forefront, and I know you can't give away game plan, but are there some things you're going to maybe scheme this week or maybe to try to slow down that Tiger attack?
Well, yeah, I don't know if you can because the Kaufman kid's such an athlete. They're going to run him. And then they got the banger with the running back. The Ringler kid is just a physical kid inside. And then they bring out those athletes out on the edges. The Heisman kid's just is he jumps off the film. So, I mean, you try to defend one thing, they can do another. They're just athletic enough to be rock solid.
And Coach, I know most football games come down to everybody says turnovers and penalties, but what are maybe one or two other intangibles that have you seen looking at the film of Grinnell and then also knowing your club that this game may come down to tonight?
Well, Grinnell plays really sound defense. They take away what you do. They purposely line up to take away what you do. So, we know that's going to happen. It's no big deal. Coach Stenberg played for us and has coached with us for years, and we're not any different than when he was here. So he's got our playbook. So he might as well be in our huddle and on our phones because he knows what we're going to do. So, I mean, it's just going to come down to like every game. You can't turn the ball over and you can't can't have long plays. And if you do that well, you'll be in good shape.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. And good luck tonight as you take on the Tigers.
All right. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it.
That's Benton football co-head coach Cal Goodchild on our Tiger Sports Livestream Network pregame show. All right, that's Williamsburg head football coach Kurt Ritchie on our Cirques Financial Services pregame. We'll take this 2-minute break, hear from more of our sponsors, come back, and when we come back, we will have the Grinnell Tiger head football coach Adam Haydenfeld as our Cirques Financial Services pregame continues on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for dairy.
Hey, Grinnell Tigers, Skip Lowe with Northwest Partners. Great to see you for another season. As a reminder, winning is not everything, it's the only thing, according to Vince Lombardi. Also, a reminder, good sportsmanship is going to carry you through life. Please come see us at Northwest Partners. We're located in Grinnell. Give us a call at 641-528-6088. Love to talk to you about our community-owned health plan. $0 deductibles, out-of-pocket expenses for all of your services. Go Tigers, win now.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to try church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments. So no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
Back here on the Cirques Financial Services pregame on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Now time to hear from the Grinnell Tiger head football coach Adam Haydenfeld. He spoke to us earlier this week about tonight's game against Williamsburg on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. On the Tiger Sports Livestream Network pregame show with Grinnell Tiger head football coach Adam Haydenfeld. And Coach, coming off a nice homecoming victory over South Tama last week, just real quick, how would you recap and assess that game, how your team played?
Yeah, I really like the attitude our guys played with. We really coming off a tough week the week before. We really tried to get back to just focusing on who we are and what we're the best at and be our best version of ourselves. And I thought the guys got to heart and did a really nice job of just going and trying to execute that every snap last Friday night. And it ended up being a good night for us.
Of course, tonight, another big game going up to Benton to take on the Bobcats tonight. They beat Solon last week, so they are in first place in Class A District 5. And after looking at the film of the Bobcats, what jumps off the page at you about them? A couple of three things.
Well, I just think that they're big and they're physical, right? And, they know what they want to do, both offensively and defensively, and they do it, right? I mean, they're doing a nice job of staying in phase on offense and, picking up 3-4 yards at a time and getting to third and short and executing. And defensively, they're really good up front and really physical on the interior, and allows them to keep their guys in the back end that can run free to run to the football. And they're a very well coached program, and they got a lot of guys that have played a lot of football, so they're a veteran unit, and their special teams are really good too. So it's a really good football team that has high expectations for themselves, and we know it's going to take our best shot tonight coming down here.
And Coach, their quarterback of record is Carson Nolan. I know they've had some quarterbacks hurt and this and that. What have you seen from their quarterback play? And do you know if Nolan's going to be the player, or is it kind of a mystery right now?
Yeah, we're planning on seeing number 5, the Nolan kid. He does a nice job with them. He makes decisive reads in the run game, and he's a good athlete. So when he keeps the ball, he can hurt you. And what I think he gives them that maybe they haven't had quite as much of in recent years is he's really dynamic in the pass game as well. He throws a nice football and he makes quick, decisive reads in the pass game too. So, and they do a nice job of mixing up the run and the pass. And, he's done a nice job. I think he's played, in 3 or 4 the 6 ball games with injury, and every game he's played in, they've had a lot of success. They lost the Mount Vernon game, but man, he had them right in it and was doing some nice things. So he's definitely going to have our attention tonight.
And then when they line up defensively, what do they come at you with defensively that maybe you think you can exploit, or what is their base defense formation?
Yeah, they're going to sit in the forefront primarily, and they sit in their base, right? So they're a 4 across the front, and they're going to kind of mix a combo of a 4 linebacker look with 1 high safety, and then every once in a while they'll drop back into a 2 high safety look. But they're confident in what they do, and they believe in what they do. And they don't seemingly haven't felt like too much to this point where they've had to take a bunch of risk with a bunch of blitzes or things like that. So they sit in their base D, and they make their reads, and they play with physical hands and run guys to the football. So we're just going to have to make sure that we are, again, for us, it goes back to we got to communicate up front, keep our shoulders square, get into our double teams where we can get into them, and need to be able to displace people along the defensive line and, get into our run lanes. And that's important for us on first down offensively, that we can get our 4 or 5 yards of play so we can be in, second and phase and third and short, and so we can mix up our run and our pass as well.
And Coach, I ask you this every week, but I know these big games, all games come down to, turnovers, penalties, those type of things. But besides those 2 things, and looking at the film of both, Benton and then, knowing your club, what do you think is going to maybe 1 or 2 things that this game could come down to and turn on tonight?
Well, I just think it's going to be important for us to just maintain our composure all night long. They're an offense that, if they can, you know, they're more than okay trying to drive the ball 15 plays at a time, you know, chewing up clock. So it might be a ball game that we may not get a ton of offensive possessions. So we got to make sure that when we do have the ball, we're valuing the football. And we don't fall into the trap of thinking we've got to, you know, be a quick strike scoring offense every time we get it either, right? So we got to value the football. We got to put first downs together offensively. And defensively, we got to get off the field on third down. You know, we got to continue to rally, make plays, and that's something that's been a strong point of ours this year. And then we've got to continue to have, you know, impressive special teams. You know, that's been a good unit for us all year. They've had good special teams units as well. So it's just we're going to have to be dialed in all phases, and when we get into positions to go make plays, we're going to have to expect ourselves to make them, and then be the guys that step up and rally to it and get those things done.
All right, well, Coach, thank you very much for your time and appreciate it, and good luck tonight in your big game against the Benton Bobcats.
All right, sounds great, Chris. Appreciate it, and we're looking forward to a really good football game tonight.
That's Grinnell Tiger head football coach Adam Haydenfeld on our Tiger Sports Livestream Network pregame show. All right, that's Grinnell Tiger head football coach Adam Haydenfeld on our Search Financial Services pregame. I want to thank Search Financial Services, sponsor of our Tiger Sports Live Network pregame show. Search Financial Services on Main Street in downtown Grinnell. Stop in and see Tom Search, Dustin Smith, or Natalie Pavey. They will craft a financial plan that fits you. Getting closer to kickoff, we'll take this 2-minute break, hear from more of those fine sponsors, and come back with some all kinds of news. We have volleyball, we have the playoffs to talk about, and other things as our pregame continues on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
My name is Tommy Hexter, and I'm running for the Iowa State House to represent Poweshiek and Tama counties. I will work to reinvest in our public schools, provide tax breaks and incentives for small farms and small businesses, enhance our state parks, and build healthcare access in our rural communities. I believe in a bright future for all Iowans. Learn more at hexterforiowa.com. Paid for by Tommy Hexter for Iowa.
Hi there, this is Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Polley's in downtown Grinnell.
Back here to Tiger football on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. You see the Grinnell Tiger Marching Band out there in place, and we will continue with our pregame here in just a moment. But right now we're going to pause as we have the playing of our national anthem by the Grinnell Tiger Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for our national anthem.
All right, our national anthem is performed by the Grinnell Tiger Marching Band. And Dan, I know as we get Dan Walker in here, Director of Operations, I know there's lots of things going on, but before we get into that, you have some talk about the FFA here a little bit.
Yep, we had, 2 weeks ago, we had the FFA up here, talked about their fruit flyer program. So this is their fruit sales, different candies and stuff. So I'll leave that up here on the screen. But it started October 1st and runs through November 5th. So your last day of the vote, you can go ahead and buy some candy online too. You just scan one of those QR codes, or you can reach out to the school office and ask if you get connected to an FFA member. They'll get you connected up and they can get your order taken. So it's a really great program. My wife Lori and I, we try to buy stuff from them every year, and I tend to get away from the healthy stuff and buy less fruit and buy more candy, but that's a tendency of just older age there. The other thing I want to throw up is we kind of partnered up with Strand Theaters. So just getting out, everyone's out watching a ball game tonight or watching football tomorrow night or what have you, but just a reminder that the Strand Theater has movies going on all the time. So, take a trek downtown, catch a meal at one of the restaurants, preferable restaurant, go to Polly Eyes. They're one of our backers on the community side downtown, but catch a supper, go watch a meal, or go catch a matinee and save some money on the afternoon on a Saturday, Sunday afternoon. So catch out Strands. There's what they got going on down there right now.
All right, thank you very much, Dan Walker. And as you said, Class 3A District 5, Tigers currently sitting in a tie for second place. They are 5-2 overall, but 1-2 in the district. Williamsburg, meanwhile, comes in at 6-1 overall, and they are 3-0 in the district after beating Solon last week at Williamsburg. So obviously a big game with playoff implications. In the playoff standings, they take the top 16 teams, and the latest thing that I looked at, and again, it just depends on what site you go to, but the Tigers are sitting at number 17. So if they were to end right now, Tigers would be out of the playoffs. But again, there's 2 games left to play, and a lot can happen. Speaking of playoffs, the Grinnell Tiger volleyball team, they will be hosting a regional semifinal. I'll say that again. They will be hosting a regional semifinal. They got to bye the first round. They play the winner of North Polk and Mason City. Now, they play Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday night. And then the winner of that game comes to Grinnell and plays the Grinnell Tigers on Thursday of next week. That will be October 24th. 7 o'clock start. You can go to our website, tigerslsn.com, and there is a QR code there, or also Venmo if you want to help donate to offset the cost of that. We would love to be able to bring that game to you. But again, our website, tigerslsn.com. There's a QR code, or you can simply use Venmo and just say, hey, I want to help put this towards the volleyball match so we can get that broadcast for you and to help support the Tiger girls volleyball team who are having a great season with head coach Zach Cerisa.
Also want to give a shout out. We're shouting out to teams. So the cross country boys team last night, I think it was last night. Yeah, last night traveled to and won the Walmart Conference. So that's the first year that the boys have won the Walmart Conference in boys cross country. So that was a pretty incredible night. I have one of the assistants over here smiling from ear to ear as I'm talking about this. But there's, even on the girls' side, they had some medal winners, I believe, right, Coach Faulkner? So Patty Zelstra finished 7th. So all around a great night to be talking about. And then we also streamed last night for one of the first times ever. We did a swimming meet. The girls hosted Des Moines Hoover, and they pretty aggressively took the win on that swim meet. It is a great night. It is senior night. So we got to recognize the 3 seniors, Cora Miller, Forrest Barons, and Josie Smith. I'll catch them all right there. So that was a fun thing to do, something new. And we always try to branch out to what we could do for high school sports. So again, as we tune in, we'll switch back over. Chris, I just have one side note that Blake, he said, I need to bring this up. He said that the Williamsburg quarterback wide receiver duo is right now sitting as like the best quarterback wide receiver in 10 years, statistic wise, of matching up on the field. So that's, I think, one thing as we step into this night for the Tiger defense is how we could be aggressive on that side of the field to take care of that in 2 different directions.
Yeah, Williamsburg presents a lot of challenges. Again, they're 6-1, 3-0 in the district, and we have a pretty tough district, and we'll talk about them here in a minute. Of course, every game now has playoff implications. Tigers certainly still in the hunt for one of those playoff spots. And people ask me all the time, well, the Tigers going to make the playoffs. And when I say, well, I don't know, there's a formula. They look at me like, well, what do you mean there's a formula? I'm not exaggerating. I'm just going to take a moment here to briefly read this as we wait for our kids' captains to come out. But they use 3 different criteria to determine the RPI, which is the rating percentage index, which is how the playoffs are determined. All right? They take your own winning percentage. That's weighted 37.5%. They take your opponent's winning percentage, composite winning percentage. That's weighted 37.5%. But yet not to be outdone, then they take your opponent's composite winning percentage, weighted at 25%. And then there's a long formula that adds that up, and that's how you get the RPI, or the ratings percentage index. So I'm not exaggerating. There's like 3 pages on the high school union's website. If you really want to dive into it, if you're a numbers person, you want to go in there and crunch numbers, have at it. I just know as long as we keep winning, we're going to be there.
And I guarantee if you put all those numbers in, just like Chris talked about, it will not come up to exactly what's out on the scoreboard when it comes out at the end of the night or Saturday morning when they post them all. So don't get frustrated if you say, well, how come that just didn't work out, Chris?
Yeah, it's not an exact science, and I don't begin to understand it, and nor do I want to understand it. I just know the Tigers, if they win these last 2, they're pretty much assured themselves of a playoff spot. I've been told by people more knowledgeable about that than I am. By the way, as we're waiting here for the team to come out, they'll be coming out here shortly, we do want to make mention of our kids' captains for tonight. Our first kid captain is Lane Deppy. Lane is a 4th grader at Davis Elementary, and they are wearing number 3. And then Kaysen Pester is in 3rd grade, also at Davis Elementary, and Kaysen is wearing number 2. Both boys play flag football with the Grinnell Parks and Rec office. So as they get ready to come out here, we're waiting for the team to emerge. Lane Deppy, a 4th grader at Davis, and Kaysen Pester, a 3rd grader at Davis Elementary, our kids' captains for tonight. Well, we talked about the Raiders and head coach Kurt Ritchie, 6-1 overall, 3-0 in the district. They're led by senior quarterback Grant Hooker. He has completed 97 passes in 145 attempts for 1,783 yards, 34 touchdowns for Grant Hooker. That might be a misprint. I might have to think on that. Dan shot me a look. I better double check that, but I know they score a bunch. They get passes out to their skilled players, and they get these guys out in space, and they make a lot of people miss, as you'll see here when the game starts here in a few minutes. They're led in rushing by Niall Sin, a senior running back. He has 91 carries for 668 yards and 5 touchdowns. He also has 129 reception yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. The leading target for Grant Hooker is another senior, Race Heitman. He has 44 catches for 801 yards and 19 touchdowns. So very potent offense. And defensively, the Raiders are led by Race Heitman. He has 61 total tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, and 1 sack. And here come the Tigers with the kid captains, Lane Deppy, a 4th grader at Davis, and Kaysen Pester, a 3rd grader at Davis Elementary. Lane is wearing number 3. Kaysen is wearing number 2. Both boys play flag football with the Grinnell Parks and Rec. For the Grinnell Tigers, they're led by quarterback Brady Coffin, a senior. Brady has 54 completions and 98 attempts for 720 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's also rushed for 256 yards and 3 touchdowns. The leading rusher is sophomore Josh Ringer, 61 carries for 301 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's also has 91 catches and a touchdown. Brady's leading target, another senior, Brock Heichman. It is senior night here at TT Cranny. Brock has 18 catches for 428 yards and 7 touchdowns on the season. And defensively, the Tigers are led by senior Logan McDonald, has 32 tackles, including 2 tackles for loss and 1 sack.
And
so,
you were correct on that 34 touchdowns. That's exactly what's
all
on
right.
down. So
that number jumped off me. I thought I better double check that because as hard as it may seem for you to believe out there who are listening and watching, I do make mistakes from time to time. Just ask my wife. She will vouch for that wholeheartedly. So a big game tonight. I'm not going to worry about playoff numbers. Tigers really got handed to them last week. We were up in Benton, and Benton Bobcats are for real. They are really physical and big, and took it to the Tigers, as you heard head coach Adam Haydenfeld say on the postgame. We're out here with our on-field camera person, Cody Flowers, giving us the coin toss here. And they just did the toss. And it looks like Williamsburg did win the toss. They're going to defer, so Grinnell will receive to start us out. Let's go through our specialty sponsors real quick and before we get started here. Our pregame is your Urban Source Financial Services. Our quarters are brought to us by Brett Nichols State Farm Insurance. The Red Zone by Polly Ice Pizza. Touchdowns by the Dairy Barn. Timeouts and first down by Edward Jones, Mark and Paul Copeland, your representatives. Scoreboard is Kirsch Collision Center. And our instant replay by Clarity Eye Care. And we are set for football on an absolutely, I cannot state this enough, a beautiful night for mid to late October. Wind was blowing pretty good. Still probably at 10 to 12 miles an hour, but not like it was. It was probably 20 to 30 miles an hour earlier this afternoon when we got here about 4 or 5 o'clock before the freshman game. And
I had a full statement ready because the scoreboard was moving around so much it couldn't keep an accurate score up there. So if our clock looks a little bit different, I just kind of opted to go away from the capture clock, and we just put a camera up there for the clock. But if you happen to see the scores flicker a little bit or the yards and stuff flicker, that's why. The wind still is blowing a little bit. I'd say, what are we down to, you said?
Probably 10 to 12 miles an hour, 10 to 15.
Out of the south, but it is cooling down. As soon as that sun went down, it turned into a beautiful night. It's still a little bit warm up in the press box, but I am not going to complain.
All right, here we go. Brace Dorman kicks off. Benny Caponzu and Jack Hoops back deep. Hoops takes it right at the goal line, brings it out. He's out across the 10, the 15, cuts to the sideline, gets out to the 20 and spun down just shy of the 20, maybe the 18. And Tigers will set up shop right there, 1st and 10, about their 18-yard line.
Let's go ahead. Let's double check our instant replay here. So as we bring it back up, nice return for Jack. Cut to that far hand side. So that's our first Clarity Eye Care instant replay.
All right, and thank you to our on-camera person, Cody Flowers, for bringing us that. So 1st and 10, Grinnell. Ball down at the 18-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Coffin in the shotgun. Takes a snap, back, throws on a slant, overshoots his receiver. Intended that one out there for Trent Scheck. Ball looked like it may have been tipped.
It did. It had a little bit of flutter on it.
Mm-hmm. So incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10. Williamsburg not afraid to blitz against Solon last week, especially down the goal line there. They will do what they call a zero coverage. It means they send almost everybody but the defensive backs. So 2nd and 10 for Grinnell. Coffin in the shotgun. Gives the ball to Ringler over the left side, and not much there. He's actually met in the backfield. Maybe they give him forward progress back to the line. Looks like Williams in on the tackle, among others, for the Raiders. So no gain on that play, and it brings up 3rd down and 10 for Grinnell. Brady Coffin brings him out, sends 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, Ringer to the back in the backfield next to Coffin, who's in the shotgun. Receiver goes in motion. Coffin takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, looks to throw. Now he tucks it and runs. Has some room. Brady out across the 30, dives forward about the 35. And there's a flag on the play, though. It's holding against Grinnell. So that'll wipe that off the board. Would have been a Edward Jones first down, but the holding call, the yellow hanky drops. And that'll push the Tigers back from the spot of the foul. And that should be normally a 10-yard penalty, but if it's inside the 10 like that, might just be a half the distance to the goal thing. Well, now he's marking it from the line of scrimmage. Normally it's where the hold occurred, but okay. They move the ball back to the 9-yard line. So the Tigers do get the down over. It'll be 3rd down and almost 20 for Grinnell. Again, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Receiver goes in motion. Coffin gives the ball in the end around. There goes the back. Caponzu, great speed, gets out across the 15, but tripped up. Otherwise, he might still be running. So it gets back almost to the original line of scrimmage, but 4th down upcoming, and Tigers will have to punt. Our Clarity Eye Care instant replay going away from you there. Caponzu, you see he had the speed there, almost got to the edge, but nice tackle out there in space by the Williamsburg player. Jack Hoops set to punt for Grinnell. Williamsburg jumping around. Hoops gets the ball up and out of there. Fair catch, signal for at the 44-yard line. That's by Race Heitman. So the Raiders come out. 1st and 10. They do mark it down at the Tiger 45-yard line. Our first quarter brought to us by Brent Nichols State Farm Insurance. 10:13 left to go. No score between Grinnell and Williamsburg. High school football here on the Tiger Sports live stream network. Chris Junie, Dan Walker, Lori Walker, Cody Flowers. Glad to have you with us here on this Friday night. So Hawker brings him out. Niall Sin is their running back. One receiver wide each side. Hawker the shotgun. Gives the ball to Sin up the middle. He tries the left side, and he is met. Pushes the pile forward a little bit, but met right at the line. So maybe they give him a gain of 2. Kaufman and Gallagher, among others, in on the tackle. Ball spotted down at the 43-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 2 and 2nd down and 8 for the Raiders. Williamsburg, of course, signals a play. They don't run receivers in and out or players in and out. They just signal in with hand signals. 2 receivers to the right. Back and up front. High snap, handled by Hawker. To Sin again. This time he cuts over the right side, breaks the tackle, and Sin is going to go into the end zone for the Raider touchdown. Had a nice hole there on that right side, and once he made that linebacker miss, he had a free pass to the end zone, and just like that, Raiders get on the board first. They lead 6-0, extra point pending. We talked about how quick and explosive those Raider running backs are. So now on to attempt the extra point is Logan Schmidt. Check that. That's number 34 on the extra point. That is Colby McMullen. And that kick is good. 9:28 left to go first quarter. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 7-0. High school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
Back here to TT Craney Field. Williamsburg stops Grinnell. They had a first down, but a holding penalty brought that back, and Grinnell forced a punt. Then Williamsburg on their first possession. They go 2 plays, 45 yards, and get the score. They lead Grinnell 7-0. Number 19, Brayson Dorman, set to kick off. Benny Caponzu and Jack Hoops back deep for the Tigers. Again, what wind there is out of the south, blowing right towards you on your screen. This is taken by Hoops, about the 5, out across the 20. Hoops has a lane, gets sandwiched down the middle, out across the 30, maybe the 31. So nice return, good field position for Grinnell. Looks like they are spotting him down at the 31. Race Heitman on the tackle for the Raiders. So 1st and 10 Grinnell at their own 31-yard line. Tigers trail 7-0 over Williamsburg. Last home game here for the Tigers is senior night. Next week we have the last game of the regular season. Tigers travel to Fairfield. We'll have that game for you next week as well. Audio style on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Kaufman takes a snap, gives the ball off to Ringler, looking for a hole, and it's just not there. Great pursuit. A lot of white jerseys in there to make that tackle, and
led by number 52 for the Raiders.
That is Carson Greer, 6'3", 235-pound junior linebacker. Loss of 1 on the play back to the 30, going to bring up 2nd down and 11. So Tigers trying to mix it up and get things established. So far, Williamsburg has had the upper hand, at least to this point in the game. 2nd down and 11 now. Caponzu goes in motion. Kaufman looks to pass, stepping up. Now he fires downfield and overshoots his receiver. Trying to get it out there to number 18, Kane Pavey.
Right look. I mean, it was just thrown a little bit behind him, but, I mean, in other words, if he would have nailed him, he would have had green grass for at least a good 20, depending on how those defensive backs for Williamsburg run.
So incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 11. Another 3rd down and long for Grinnell. And Coach Haydenfield talked about that in his pregame, that we need to get some positive yardage on 1st and 2nd down. So if we get to a 3rd down, it's more manageable. Not that 3rd and 11 isn't, but 3rd and 3 is much better to get than 3rd and 11. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Coughlin the shotgun. Back to pass, looking, throws out in the flat, has it back out there across the 30, but he is met and wrapped up immediately by the Raiders. Again, good coverage out there. The player fought off the block, and that will bring up 4th down. Tigers forced to punt once again.
Number 15 for Grinnell, Trent Scheck, was the one receiving that catch out there on that far side.
All right. Thank you, Dan Walker. So Jack Hoops back in punt formation. Heitman and Sin back deep for the Raiders. Hoops gets a snap, gets a boot out. It's a low kick. Wind kind of held it up, and he's going to pick it up, and he is tackled and brought down right away.
Number 5.
Heitman, Benny Kapanzu came up and made that tackle on Race Heitman. Heitman thought he could maybe try to get to this edge, and maybe he'd have something, but Kapanzu with that great speed beat him down there. And Raiders set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. 7:54 left to go first quarter. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 7-0. High school football, the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Also check out our website, as we said earlier, tigerslsn.com. You see our broadcast schedule. Also, we have that QR code and Venmo address if you want to help donate for the volleyball playoff next Thursday. 1st and 10 Raiders. Hooker gives the ball to his first back through and grabbed and tackled down. Some Raiders fans thought there may have been a horse collar there. Will Slagle on the tackle gets out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line.
Let's take a look at it right here. Slagle steps right across, and it was more. I mean, he grabbed the back of his jersey and spun him back around. I don't think it was really high up on the horse collar.
Yeah, you have to get down inside and grab inside there, and I think he just grabbed the jersey up high, but not down inside it. So a 3-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 7 for the Raiders. There's a snap again. Hooker now looks to pass, has the receiver out there, and a jump ball, and well played by Trenton Scheck out there trying to hit John Eichhorn, 6'4", 195. Just threw it up, and Scheck broke that up nicely, Dan. Great timing on that one.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. I was just go back see if I had a part of the instant replay that caught it. He was a little bit slow getting there, but no, excellent job by Scheck, getting his hands up and just basically staying man with him, but not touching him. So great job. Because
Eichhorn had to actually, he went up and high pointed, had the ball in his hands, but then as he was coming down, Scheck knocked it loose. So incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 7. Hooker in the shotgun. Rolls out to the far side, looking to pass, throws out in the flat, has the receiver out there. It is caught by Heitman out across the 45, bumped out. And now they stop playing. We have a flag on the field.
Well, I saw a hat flying, but I couldn't tell.
So
2 flags on the play.
One official threw his flag, then he threw his hat for the other flag, which is what they do. So there's 2 fouls on this play.
Late hit out of bounds there.
I think it's going to be pass interference or holding on Grinnell, and then dead ball, late hit out of bounds. I think you're right. So we'll see how they sort it out. Here comes the call from the referee. Just called a personal foul against Grinnell, okay? And now the referee who made the call that was right in front of the Tiger bench, right in front of Coach Adam Haydenfeld, and Coach Haydenfeld gets the explanation. So they're going to tack on 15 yards to the end of that run. And that'll move the ball down into Tiger territory, down to the Tiger 35-yard line.
Well, there's a couple bit different ways that you could attack this problem here. And one is you can't give them free 15 yards. So there's the first way we take care of solving a problem. The second part is you need to play up on your man a little bit. You know, it was a good tackle, but it was the second hit out of bounds with the late hit. That's what got us the extra 15 yards.
So 1st and 10 Raiders. Ball at their Tiger 35. There's a handoff to Sin over the right side. That time Tigers got penetration. Met Sin in the backfield. Actually lost on the play back to about the 37-yard line. Coffin and Ringler in on that tackle also. We see our 30-eye carriers to replay. You get a good check. The Tigers just get penetration and meet Sin in the backfield. Ringler's back there. Also big number 52 for Grinnell was in there. That's Caden Witham. So loss of 2 brings up second down and 12. That's our Clarity Eye Care instant replay. Thank you, Mr. Cody Flowers. Hooker throws a slant route. He has Heitman out in the flat, down inside the 20, down to the 15. Race Heitman, 6'2", 185 senior receiver. They have hooked up. And you mentioned it, Dan. We had that info from Blake Walker, your son. They are one of the highest-ranking duos in the state right now. And it showed on that play.
Got 2 steps on Jack Hoops on that slant route, and you just got to play up with him, or whoever's your corner is got to come and see once the ball's been thrown that your man you can actually release and come into the inside. So it's just awareness out on that field when you're playing that backfield.
1st and 10 to 13. Sin takes the handoff. Now he goes around the left side, started to the right, cuts it back to the left, and he's going to go in for the touchdown, I think. Or did he step out? Nope. They give him the touchdown. So that was number 24, Grady Weechin. My mistake, Williamsburg fans. Grady Weechin, 6'3", 200 pounds. He started to the right side, cut it back to the left, and went 18 yards in for the touchdown. And so far, the Williamsburg Raiders having their way with the Grinnell Tigers thus far. 6:07 left to go in the first quarter. There's the snap. Kick is up, and it is good. 14-0. Williamsburg leads Grinnell. 6:07 left to go first quarter. You're watching Grinnell Tiger football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 Fifth Avenue, Grinnell.
Back here to TT Crandall Field on senior night, and so far it's not a happy senior night for the Grinnell Tiger seniors and the Tiger football team as they trail Williamsburg 14-0. 6:07 left to go here in this first quarter. Again, we want to remind you of our website, tigerslsn.com. A lot of information on there. We have our broadcast schedule and the links to the audio and or video of each football game and our volleyball matches. And also, we are taking donations, still accepting donations for the volleyball playoff match next Thursday. If you would like to do that, you can scan the QR code or use the Venmo address that you see on the website, tigerslsn.com. Kickoff goes into the end zone for the touchback. Tigers will get their third possession, setting up shop 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And Dan, you've been in these huddles. Williamsburg came out, gave the Tigers a couple of good punches. A lot of football left. So at this point, as a player and a coach, what are you telling your team?
The big thing is you got to go back to the basics. From starting out on that line, you got to get your feet back underneath you and start playing face-up football right off the bat. Your blocking assignments are extra important, making sure you're getting to where you need to be.
Coffin fakes the pass and fakes the give and he throws a pass a little high. Heisman could not pull it in.
And Brady took a nice little hit on that one.
Yep. Williamsburg's getting in. They're getting past our line. I can't see if they're doing any type of stunt. I think they're just shedding their blockers and just getting in the backfield before not giving Brady much time.
It seems to be on the far side of the field from us, so it'd be that right-hand side of the line that has a little bit. And they did do kind of a stunt off that side. We'll watch and see where they pull out this time.
So 2nd down and 10 for Grinnell. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Coffin in the shotgun, fakes to give to Ringler, throws out in the flat. Has Heisman out there in the flat. He is met and spun down right away. Number 21, John Eichhorn, 6'4", 195-pound senior, catches Heisman.
And that time right there, their safety, as soon as they seen Kaufman look and the hand started to go, Brady's almost projecting right where it's going, and so they ran that safety stunt right up the center to put extra pressure on him.
So Tigers lost 2 on that play. 3rd down and 12 for Grinnell. Another 3rd and long for the Tigers. This time 3 receivers come to the right, 1 to the left. Kaufman in the shotgun, Ringler by his side. 3rd and 12. Kaufman gives the ball to Ringler. He cuts back. He's out across the 25. Tries to get out to the 30. He needed to get to the 30 to get the first down. He's going to be stopped about a yard short, maybe 2 yards short, it looks like. Going to be fourth down. And I don't see.
I think we're going
to go for it. Yeah, it looks like we're going to go for it here. So Coach Haydenfeld, roll the dice. Play clock is at 18. Plenty of time. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Coffin up under center. They might be trying to draw him off here. Let's see. He's making some signals and some gestures. Now he goes in quick. And Williamsburg's not falling for it. And now we're going to take a timeout. Try to draw him off and try to take a timeout. And we will do the same. 4:35 left to go first quarter. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 14-0. High school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Back here to TT Cranley Field on an absolutely gorgeous Friday night for football. A little bit of wind out of the south and has died down from what it was, as we said. Tigers try to draw the Raiders offside that last play. Williamsburg was not falling for it. And I assume now we will see Jack Hoops back in punt formation. And no, we do not. We are going for it. All right. So 4th down and 2. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Kaufman in the shotgun. Looks to the sideline. Puts a man in motion. And he gets the snap. Kaufman calls his own number. Plows 40. He's out in the open. Here goes Kaufman. At the 50, at the 40, 30, 20. Are they going to get him? He will not be caught until the end zone. Touchdown, Grinnell. Brady Kaufman on a quarterback draw. What a beautiful hold and block on that left side. And now there's life back at TT Cranny. And we're going to have our Clarity Eye Care replay here. Cody Flowers getting a good shot of it right over that left side there. Squeezes through the hole, makes the guy miss, and then it's off to the races for Brady. The 6'5 senior outruns Race Heitman. Heitman does catch him, but not till he crosses the goal line. So, wow, that's our Clarity Eye Care instant replay. Beautiful shot there by our on-field camera person, Cody Flowers. So Jack Hoops set to try the extra point. Kick is up, and it is no good. So Jack, an unusual miss there, but still 4:23 left to go first quarter. Tigers do get on the board. They trail 14-6. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, and suddenly there's energy back in the stadium here, Dan. It was everybody was just kind of stunned after Williamsburg threw those 2 big haymakers, went up 14-0, but then Brady Kaufman's about a 65-yard so run really got the energy back in the place.
And that was a great contribution to Sligo. He turned and really rolled that guy to outside and sold it. I mean, it made it seem like that we had trips out and they were going to be throwing the ball, and Brady just did a great job there. And that's our ball.
There's a kick. We got the ball. They punted the ball up like a pooch kick. It bounced, hit the turf, and Tigers get the recovery, I do believe. Yes, they do. That's a live football, and number 10 for Williamsburg was over there, Bryson Weechin, but it bounced away from him and took that funny hop that football sometimes do. And Tigers were right on it.
That there is something you just don't see that often, because when you have that much height on a kickoff, most of the time you're always up and underneath it. Someone's going to catch it or field it. So that will go down as a mistake when they get in the locker room halftime.
So 1st and 10 Grinnell at the Williamsburg 36-yard line. Kaufman in the shotgun, looks to the sideline, has 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ringler by his side in the backfield. Kaufman sends a man in motion. Now he calls his own number again. Up the middle goes Brady, inside the 35. Tries to push a pile forward, maybe down to the 34, 33.
They're again let out their Slagles in front, and Tyler Cousteau did a great job of pushing the center out of the way.
And there's a flag on the play. Let's see here. It's a 5-yard penalty. I didn't see what the call was. Must have been somebody not set or something. I saw a Tiger player go in motion. You have to be set, so illegal procedure call against Grinnell. So that wipes out that game, moves the ball back to the 41. Tigers do get first down over, but it's first down and 15 now. That's the Tigers' third penalty of the game so far. And we're still here in this first quarter. Kaufman in the shotgun. Turns, throws a pass out in the flat. Has Ringler out there. Ringler makes the catch, lowers his shoulder, gets down inside the 40 to about the 36, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Again, Race Heitman, the leading tackler for the Raiders, makes that stop. He does get 5 back to the original line of scrimmage, so that's going to bring up second down and 10 for Grinnell. Clock moving, 3:31 left to go here first quarter. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 14-6. This time 3 receivers come here to the near side, one to the top. Kaufman in the shotgun with Ringler by his side. Now a man in motion. Kaufman gets a snap, gives the ball to Ringler, looking for his hole, then makes a cut upfield inside the 35 down to about the 32, 31-yard line. We have our Clarity Eye Care instant replay coming at you right here. This lowers his shoulder and plows forward.
Josh just does a good job. He covers the ball, secures it in there, and drops that shoulder down and is ready to take the hit.
So third down and 6 for Grinnell. And as we've talked about before, there are always several key plays in a football game. This is one of those right here. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion. Coming back in tight now. Kaufman in the shotgun. Turns, gives the ball to Ringler. He goes over the left side. He plows forward. He is going to be stopped short. He's inside the 30 to the 29. Had to get to the 26. So now it's going to be fourth down and about 3.
Number 52, Grier from Williamsburg. He made the stop, but he paid for that stop getting there. That's a big hit by Ringler going into that hole.
Josh Ringler, just a sophomore, but he's almost 200 pounds. So they probably will. They are going to go for this one. Fourth down and 3 here for Grinnell at the Raider 29-yard line. Kaufman in the shotgun. Now looks to the side, gets a play. Switches the alignment of Ringler. And he's set to take the snap. Here comes Williamsburg on a blitz. Kaufman just takes the ball over the right side, and he is not going to get there, I don't think. He's going to be stopped. Let's see. They're walking up on the 26.
That's the first down.
And they're going to take a timeout for a measurement. So we'll have to wait and see here. We have a couple, 3 of these up at Benton. It's the first one we've had here at TT Crane Field this year.
You run through a spurt, you don't see a measurement on a field for 3 or 4 ball games, and then. But
we'll see if we can get.
Cody's going to zoom in here.
Zoom in there and see if we can get. Got a chance to that.
Coach here, if we got.
There we go. I don't know. It's just hard to say. And he has it.
That's a first down.
It's a first down. That's our Clarity Eye Care. Not instant replay, but our Clarity Eye Care Vision. There we go. How about that one?
That's putting the glasses on a second time and double checking.
So got it by half a length of football. So a big key conversion. Make an asterisk by that one. That's an Everett Jones first down. So Tigers in business at the Raider 26-yard line. They trail 14-6. 1:42 here left to go in this first quarter. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kaufman in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion. Ringler, he's empty backfield. Kaufman back to pass. Rolls out to his right. Now he's going to take off and run. Fakes the throw and then just steps out of bounds. Chased out by number 10, Bryson Weechin that time. Maybe picked up a couple on the play down to about looks like the 25-yard line. So actually pick up of 1, going to bring up second down and 9. Again, playoff implications on these remaining 2 games. 2nd down and 9 now for Grinnell. Kaufman in the shotgun once again. Turns, gives the ball off to Ringler, fakes the throw, and Ringler tries the left side, but just a lot of white jerseys there. More white jerseys that they pursue so well, Dan. They're sending guys there. It's just more guys than the Tigers can block.
Number 3, Cale Moore, was one of the first ones that stepped up from that secondary.
And again, number 52, Carson Greer, the big fella. He's been in on a lot of plays, and from that right defensive end spot, 6'3", 235 pounds. Less than a minute left to go here. 3rd down and 9 for Grinnell. There was no gain on that play. Kaufman the shotgun. Back, rolling out, has protection, steps up, and he's going to be tackled and brought down. Gets down to about the 25-yard line. And now Williamsburg takes a quick timeout. We'll take one as well. 38 seconds left to go first quarter. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 14-6. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Hey, Grinnell Tigers, Skip Lowe with Northwest Partners. Great to see you for another season. As a reminder, winning is not everything. It's the only thing, according to Vince Lombardi. Also, a reminder, good sportsmanship is going to carry you through life. Please come see us at Northwest Partners. We're located in Grinnell. Give us a call at 641-528-6088. Love to talk to you about our community-owned health plan. $0 deductibles, out-of-pocket expenses for all of your services. Go Tigers, win now.
Back here at TT Cranny Field. So 4th down now for Grinnell and about 9 for the Tigers. Williamsburg, Kurt Ricci takes a timeout. Wants to try to make the Tigers punt. Well, the wind's blowing across the field, not the east and west with the field. It's blowing across it. But anyway, they took the timeout here. And now Tigers are deciding if they're going to go for this one. It looks like they are going to go for it here. All right. So 4th down and 9 for Grinnell. Kaufman in the shotgun. Kapanzu back in motion. Kaufman back to pass. Looking. Throws out. Has a guy in the open. Heisman catches it inside the 5. Down to the 1. Great job by the line. That route took time to develop. Dan Heisman ran down, faked. He was going outside, cut to the middle on a post, and Kaufman hit him for a huge first down, 1st and goal Grinnell.
Yeah, Brady Kaufman should be giving high fives all the way to that line. That was a great job. Give him just that little bit extra time to let it materialize. And actually, Heisman kind of ran the same route that Williamsburg did over here too. So great job connecting on the pass and having the patience. Let's go ahead and just punch it through.
All right, so 1st and goal, Grinnell. Kaufman up under center now. Turns, gives the ball off to Ringler over the left side, and Ringler is in for the touchdown. Williamsburg thought he stopped him short, but Josh Ringler reached out, put that ball across the goal line. All he has to do is break the plane. And with 4 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Tigers close to 14-12. I'm going to guess that Coach Haydenfeld now is going to probably go for 2 here.
I would say yes.
And they start the play clock, and yes. So 2-point conversion here for Grinnell. And we'll see what shakes here. Kaufman. Now he's in the shotgun. Ball spotted out the 2, so the extra point tries from the 2-yard line. Kaufman takes the snap. Fakes to give to Ringler. Rolling out. Can throw if he wants. The pass is tipped and broken up. He had Cale Moore right in his face, and Moore got a hand on that pass and tipped it and broke it up. So score remains 14-12. Williamsburg with the lead. We'll take this break. As we say, you're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, Jeremy Shapiro tells us, our stats guys, check him out, Jeremy Shapiro, he's on X. He said that was Kaufman's 71-yard touchdown run was the longest scoring run by a Grinnell player since 2020.
There's a stat for you.
That's a stat. That's what Jeremy does. He is a stat guru. Again, check him out on X, Jeremy Shapiro, Shapiro. This time again, pooches the ball up again, caught at the 25 by one of the upbacks. And the ball is knocked loose, I thought, for a moment. But nope, Williamsburg maintains possession. So it will be Raider football. Bossberg makes the tackle. So 1st and 10 Williamsburg when play resumes at the 32-yard line. That is the end of the first quarter. 14-12, Williamsburg leads Grinnell. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to Tri Church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
Back here for the start of the second quarter, alongside Dan Walker and our camera person Lori Walker and on-field camera person Cody Flowers, I'm Chris Juni. Glad to have you with us here on a Friday night. Our second quarter brought to us by Brett Nichols, State Farm Insurance. By the way, the Tigers got a Dairy Barn touchdown, and they were in the Poly-Eyes red zone as well. We got so excited, my apologies, about that run by Coffin that I neglected to mention our specialty sponsors. There's a handoff over the left side to Sin. Gets out across the 35 to maybe the 36-yard line. Kaufman and Heichman among others on the tackle. Pick up a 3, brings up 2nd down and 7 for Williamsburg. Tigers close out the regular season at Fairfield next Friday. We'll have that game for you way down in southeast Iowa next Friday here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Hooker takes a snap, gives a Sin, tries to cut back. This time he plows forward out across the 40 to about the 41 where they're going to spot him down.
Gallagher and Caponzo in there on the tackle.
Dan, that looked eerily similar to the one he scored on. He started to one side, then that cut back where that gap was, but this time the Tigers filled it and held it to that game.
Gallagher come in off that defensive end position. He just kind of read it. So when you're playing that defensive end, you're going to play off your man, and if the tackle, whoever's coming out, and you just kind of use their eyes and feed back the other way, and that's what they did. So good job there.
3rd down and 2 now for Williamsburg. Hooker gives the ball off, hands off over the right side, and he has a first down. He's in the Tiger territory more. He's on the loose. That is number 24, Grady Weechin, all the way down inside the 20 to about the 15. A big end of run around the left side, the right side. Takes the ball into Tiger territory, and Williamsburg is in business again, 1st and 10 at their 15-yard at the Tiger 15.
Gallagher and Heichman in on that. Gallagher had a heck of a run coming all the way from this near side of the field and caught him on the backside. So it's pretty decent when you got a down lineman that's playing defensive end tackle position, could catch up that speed all the way down.
So Raiders get the big play, and it's 1st and 10. Williamsburg at the Tiger 15. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. For Hooker is in the shotgun, rolling out here to the near side, looking to throw. Hooker sets up, fires across the middle, and is caught for a touchdown. Cale Moore, 6'1 senior, on an in route, just went down and cut to the middle of the field and was wide open. And just like that, Williamsburg answers the Grinnell score and is 20-12. So Hooker that time fires across the middle and hits a wide open Cale Moore in the back of the end zone. Colby McMullen set to kick the extra point for the Raiders. Out of the hold of Bowen Stratton. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. 10-12 left to go in the first half. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 21-12. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
My name is Tommy Hexter, and I'm running for the Iowa State House to represent Poweshiek and Tama counties. I will work to reinvest in our public schools, provide tax breaks and incentives for small farms and small businesses, enhance our state parks, and build healthcare access in our rural communities. I believe in a bright future for all Iowans. Learn more at hexterforiowa.com. Paid for by Tommy Hexter for Iowa.
Back here at TT Cranny Field. And what a game of ups and downs. Williamsburg comes out, gets 2 scores on the board before the Tigers can hardly even catch their breath. Really dealt the Tigers a big blow, but then Brady Kaufman has a 71-yard run. Put the air and the steam back in Grinnell. And then Tigers get the ball back. They cut it down to 14-12, but then Williamsburg has a big run of their own, and then in 4 plays they go 55 yards for the touchdown, and they lead 21-12. Kickoff now by the Raiders, taken by Hoops about the 15. Hoops tries to cut up the middle, and he's slowed up, and he is going to be met and driven back. And they're going to give him forward progress out to about the 24-yard line.
Number 14, Logan Schmidt, in there for the Raiders.
So good field position for Grinnell. And Dan, I think what you said earlier is so important. You know, back to basics. Tigers did not panic. They went to basics. They had some. We've seen their blocking improve now. A little bit more pep and energy. And now you got to counter. Williamsburg, you know they're going to score. So now you know we got to come out and try to match that. And so see if we can do that. And I see now, looks like Derek Doty is in at quarterback for Grinnell. I didn't see if anything happened to Brady. But Derek Doty now in at quarterback for the Tigers. Doty in the shotgun, turns, gives the ball to Ringler. Ringler met in the backfield. There's a Williamsburg player in the backfield, Dan. He almost tried to take the handoff from Derek Doty there. Got real good penetration.
Yeah, number 3, Cale Moore.
Yep.
He had a stunt right up that center from the middle linebacker position.
Shot through that A gap, which is the gap right next to between the center and the guard, and he was in the backfield just about ready to take the handoff from Derek Doty. Now Kaufman comes back out. And that was a loss of 3 on the play, back to the 21. So it's 2nd down and 13 now for Grinnell. Kaufman the shotgun. Fakes the give. It does give the ball to Caponzu on the left side. Caponzu got that head of steam, but then Matt gets out across the 20 to about the 22. And again, if he could get past that end out there, Dan, he had a lot of grass in front of him.
Yeah, that's the biggest goal. And then especially for our tackle or whoever we have out there to seal that edge, that's important. That's a number 1 block we have to secure. That way that upfield run's going to mature.
So pickup of about 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down now and 11 for Grinnell. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the top. Kaufman in the shotgun. Now sends a man in motion tight. Williamsburg blitzing on the play. Kaufman looking to throw. He gets raked across the face mask. Ball is thrown out there, but it is incomplete.
Yeah, the kind of a dangerous throw, really, because if you're going down, it was a blindside throwaway. He didn't really have a clear side of the field that he's looking at. So we were very fortunate that didn't turn into a pick 6, putting more points on the board.
The closest player out there was the Williamsburg John Eichhorn. Brady just trying to throw it away to avoid the sack. But as Dan said, dangerously close to an interception, but does fall incomplete. So 4th down and 11. Jack Hoops back in punt formation. Hoops gets a snap and boots the ball out of there. It's a low line drive kick over the head, and it takes a Tiger bounce, but it goes out of bounds. Looks like they're going to spot it about the 29-yard line, looks like. We're going to line it up. Okay. So Williamsburg takes over 1st and 10 at their own 29. They lead 21-12.
It's always an interesting when it goes out of bounds. It's supposed to be the lateral break of the sideline and when it goes across, but yet the center field man's the one that made the mark.
Yeah, and normally it's the judges on the side or the side judges that make that mark because they can see when the ball crosses that plane. But no, you're right. The man out in the middle of the field, he was very sure of himself because he walked right up to the 29-yard line and said, "This is where it is." So, Raider football, 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our first half recap, some stats, analysis, and more coming up at halftime on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Double handoff, and this time Tigers get out there. Heitman does get out to across the 35 to about the 39. Going to be very close to the 1st down. Yeah. So some Tiger recognized that maybe a little bit late, but they did grab him and prevented a touchdown.
As a heads-up play of Keaton Iverson, he was able to turn. He saw the second handoff on the reverse coming back around. So good job there to pick it up. I don't think he was prepared that he was going to be tackling that fast.
So they do give him a first down. It's 1st and 10. Hand off to Sin. Again, that cutback. He starts to the right, cuts back to the middle, and plows ahead out to about the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. One thing I'm noticing, Dan, about a lot of these Williamsburg runners and receivers, they're making a lot of what they call yak, yards after contact. They get contacted, but they either break loose or end up getting more positive yards.
Right, because Burnett, he hit him right there, probably about the 43-yard line, and he had a positive about number 3 yards on top of that.
So 2nd down and 7, or 2nd down and 3 rather, after a 7-yard gain for the Raiders. Hooker turns, throws a pass on a slant, has his receiver. That's caught by John Eichhorn, slid down, make the catch into Tiger territory at the 46. That's another Williamsburg Raider first down. And Williamsburg opened up the whole playbook. We've had a double handoff reverse. We've had dive up the middle. We've had a quick slant. Kurt Ritchie digging into the deep into the playbook. And Williamsburg has, if you can see there on the sideline, you probably really can, but they have 2 coaches that use hand signals. One's probably the live set. The other one's probably a dummy set of signals. Hooker gives the ball back on a counter. Has a running back out in space. He breaks another tackle. And that is Grady Weechin, 6'3", 200 pounds, down inside the 30, and Weechin is down.
Yeah, and not to focus on a player that's down, but when you're trying to make a tackle and you're diving at somebody's feet, you've just lost a yard on the whole deal. There's also a flag on the field there too, but they have to get up, take 2 steps, and get up close to them. If you continue to make a dive, they're going to just put yards on you. So Grinnell's going to have to do a better job of facing up, get in front of the ball, and just not wasting that dive out there, because you're not going to get a tackle. It's going to end up extra 3 or 4 or 5 yards.
Looks like it was a holding call against Williamsburg, so that'll negate the run by Weechin. And the ball is pushed back here to the 49-yard line. We'll go and take this break, and we tell you you're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
Hi there, this is Joey Pauley, 3rd generation owner of Pauley Eyes in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pauley Eyes in downtown Grinnell.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, again, the down player for the Raiders is Grady Weechin, a 6'3", 198-pound junior running back. And they're still tending to him on the sideline. Well, Dennis, might be a good time to bring up the FFA again, talk about the fruit sales, and also put that in for, as you see there on your screen, folks, there's a QR code you can use. It takes you to a website. It goes from now through November 5th.
Yep, so right up to Election Day. Go ahead and, like I said, if you're not familiar with using the QR code, go ahead and just call the high school office, and they'll get you connected with somebody. We'll give you a phone call. So it's a great program. Like I said, we had some kids up here 2 weeks ago telling us about the different programs and fundraisers that they do, and this is one of their largest fundraisers that help them get out in the field and do stuff for their class. So if you have time, go ahead, scan that, take a picture of it if you want, and then you can get the information later.
All right, so Weechin is taken off the field. He did not leave under his own power, so we hope the young man is okay. So it's 1st down and 15 now for Williamsburg, this time on the penalty. Hand off the ball to Sin. He gets right tackled at midfield, so he picked up about 1 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 14 now.
Number 63, Jacob Burnett. He just broke down and did a great job. They tried to shuffle him. He stood right in the gap, and he made the tackle. So excellent job, Jacob.
So 1-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 14. Clock moving, 6 minutes left to go here, first half. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 21-12. Raiders now get the play in. Play clock down to 6. Hooker takes the snap, fakes the give, throws it out in the flat, has his receiver. That is Heitman into Tiger territory down to about the 41-yard line, just on a slant.
Benny Caponzo did a good job of covering him. Instead of trying to be the glory guy and goes for the ball, he read his hip all the way across. He made the catch, and Benny went ahead and brought him down for the tackle.
So pickup of about 6 on the play, going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Raiders. I would guess if Coach Ritchie doesn't make it here, you'll probably go for it. Now we're going to get a timeout taken by Williamsburg. We'll take one as well. 5:17 up to go first half. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 21-12. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
Back here at TT Craney Field, alongside Dan Walker, I'm Chris Juni. Lori Walker up here running the camera in our press box. Cody Flowers running the camera down on the field, bringing us those great Clarity Eye Care instant replays. 3rd down and 5 now for the Raiders. Ball down at the Tiger 41-yard line. Make a note of this one, another key play in this ball game. 3 receivers to the left. Hooker takes the snap, throws out in the flat, has Sin out in the flat, makes the catch, and they got a flag down. He was stopped short of the first down, but they threw a flag.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a hold on Williamsburg there. He was bringing Brock Heischman down before even Brock got to it for the tackle.
So that'll be, let's see here, it is a hold against the Raiders. So it's a spot foul. Flag thrown down at the 40, so they'll mark 10 yards off from the 40. That'll move it back to the 50-yard line. Again, first down for the Raiders is the 36. So they will get the down over. It's going to be 3rd down now and 14 for the Raiders. 2 receivers to the right, to the left. Hooker in the shotgun. Fakes the snap. Tigers didn't jump. Now he looks to the sideline to get plays. They do that. Coaches check out the formation of the Tiger defense, and they call a play suited for that formation. Hooker takes a snap. Back to pass. Being pressured. He's being brought down, and he's sacked. Hooker is sacked. That was number 23, Jack Gallagher, on that sack. We have our Clarity Eye Care replay. You'll see here, looks like he even gets held a little bit. Here he comes. Yeah, he did get held. And he gets back there to Hooker. Yeah, beats the lineman and makes a great play.
There should have been a flag that went right with that sack.
Yeah, he grabbed a whole handful of jerseys. So great play by the Tiger defense. And Raiders, for the first time tonight, are on in punt formation. That's our Clarity Eye Care instant replay, by the way. Thank you very much to Clarity Eye Care for sponsoring that. Punt is up and out. It's a high punt. Fair catch signal for by Jack Hoops. Makes the catch about the 27. All right, that's where they spotted down. So Grinnell ball 1st and 10 at their own 27. Tigers do have 2 timeouts left and 4:08 left on the clock, Dan. So, again, you don't want to deviate from your game plan, but still time to get get in there, maybe get some points on the board.
Yeah, I think we've had enough analysis in the first quarter and a half that there's some weaknesses out there. And if you go back and you start looking at slant, if we could get our line to hold like we've been holding, I think we could get a possibility to get shot down the field.
So Kaufman turns, gives the ball to Caponzu around the left side. Caponzu tries to cut it inside and gets into the traffic. Maybe gets out to about the 28, 27, 28-yard line. Maybe pick up a 1. Going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Slagle, as he went out and made that pull out there, Will just kind of ran into a brick wall, really. I mean, and it just kind of, once they got underneath Will enough and stood him up, and then it just kind of slowed the train down.
So 2nd down and 9 for Grinnell. Kaufman in the shotgun. Fakes the give. Throws a pass in the flat out. Caught by Ringler. But there's Raiders there to meet him. Ringler gets out across the 30 to about the 32. Dives forward. Does what he can. Did a nice job. Have the Clarity Eye Care replay going to come right at you here. Ringler makes the catch. You see he's surrounded by white jerseys, but he dives forward and gets what he could. That's our Clarity Eye Care instant replay. Thank you very much for that. 3rd down and 4 now for Grinnell. Clock moving, 3 minutes left to go here, first half. Kaufman trotting back on with the play. Play clock down to 12. 3rd down and 4 for Grinnell. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Play clock at 5. Kaufman in the shotgun. Now a man in motion. 2 with 1, and he just barely gets it off. Coffin backing up. He gets away from it, and now he's going to be sacked way back inside. They're going to mark him down at the 20. Good coverage by the Raiders secondary that time. Just Coffin had nowhere to go with it, Dan, and had to take the sack.
Yeah, everyone was covered well.
Very well.
I looked twice as he was going back, and Williamsburg defensive backs and safety, they had great coverage out there. So
4th and 17 for Grinnell. Jack Hoops back in punt formation. Raiders are going to get the ball back. They themselves have one timeout. They'll get it back with about 2 minutes left to go. Maybe a little less than that here in this first half. Hoops takes the snap. Ooh, it's a wide snap, and he has to go. And Hoops is going to take off. Hoops has some room. He gets out across the 35 to the 40. So an errant snap turns into he wasn't going to go for it, but he gets out across the 40. That is going to be an Edward Jones first down. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Coach Haydenfeld will say that was by design. We told the center to snap it to his left to get him going. Here's our Clarity Eye Care instant replay. You see that players are running down, then fakes out our camera person, which you would think there is a pump, but then there's Hoops. He gets met and wrapped up. So Tigers have new life, 1st and 10 at the Raider 42-yard line. Coffin in the shotgun. Back to pass is Brady. Here comes the Raiders on a blitz, and he could not pull it loose. Again, great coverage downfield, just nobody to throw to. And the Raiders get a sack.
Yeah, there's almost a point, though, that you have to tuck it and run forward. You just can't sit there and have that loss of 10 yards every time.
So Tigers in a bit of hurry up here. 3 receivers to the right. Coffin up the line. Loss of 6. 2nd and 16 for Grinnell. Coffin in the shotgun. This time the Raiders rush 5. They give off to Ringler. He dives forward, plows ahead out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. We're under a minute left to go here. And by running that play, I mean, he could maybe fake him out, but that tells me that Coach Haydenfeld is just content to let this first half expire. He'll have to run one more play. It's going to be 2nd down and 15. And Coach Ritchie isn't calling a timeout to stop it. Because even if the Tigers don't make it in, it'll be 3rd down. Coffin back to pass. Throws a pass out in the flat. Ringler goes off his hands, but good thing anyway. He was met and tackled right away. Cale Moore read that and hit Ringler, so incomplete pass does stop the clock. It's going to be 3rd down and 15.
I know it's a turf field, but I think he heard footsteps.
Yeah. I actually checked that 4th down. So 4th down, so Grinnell will have to punt. And this time, Williamsburg sends one man back deep. That's Race Heitman. So Hoops back in punt formation. This time the snap is true and gets the boot out of there. Angling for the sideline, and it goes out of bounds. Somewhere around the 35, I'm going to guess.
We got a better spot on that one.
Let's see where they're marking it up. So it is at the 29 with 17 seconds left here in the first half. Raiders have time to run, well, maybe 2 plays. They do have a timeout in their pocket. Let's see what Coach Kurt Ritchie does here. Now they actually move the ball closer to the 30. So we're going to say 1st and 10 Raiders at their own 30-yard line. 21-12 is the score. Grinnell trails, as you see on our Curse Collision Center scoreboard. Raiders taking their time here. Plenty of time on the play clock. Getting the play in from their coaching staff. And here we go. Hooker in shotgun. Turns, throws a pass on the slant route. He has Heitman and nobody out there. Heitman's off to the races. Race Heitman running down the sideline. He's going to be tackled out of bounds with 5 seconds left.
Chased down there by Jack Hoops.
So just a quick slant, and we're going to get a timeout taken by Williamsburg, and we'll take one as well. 5 seconds left, 1st and 10 Williamsburg into Tiger territory. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 5th Avenue, Grinnell.
Well, back here at TT Cranny Field, Raiders hit a big play on a quick slant to Race Heitman. And they have probably one shot left. My guess is they're going to try to throw a jump ball in the end zone. We have two receivers to the left. They have a 6'5 receiver, a 6'3, and a 6'3 receiver out there. Hooker, the quarterback. 1st and 10. Hooker, back to pass, looking left. Now looks back to the right, throws it up for his big receiver. It is caught, but he's out of bounds.
And that's it.
And that is the end of the first half. He did throw that pass up there to Eichhorn, 6'4", but he couldn't bring it in. He did bring it in, but he was out of bounds. And that is your first half. 21-12, Williamsburg with the lead. We'll take this 2-minute break, come back, and have our halftime as we say you're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for dairy.
Hey, Grinnell Tigers, Skip Lowe with Northwest Partners. Great to see you for another season. As a reminder, winning is not everything, it's the only thing, according to Vince Lombardi. Also, a reminder, good sportsmanship is going to carry you through life. Please come see us at Northwest Partners. We're located in Grinnell. Give us a call at 641-528-6088. Love to talk to you about our community-owned health plan. $0 deductibles, out-of-pocket expenses for all of your services. Go Tigers, win now.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, as you see the Grinnell Tiger Paws dancing out there. We are at halftime, 21-12. Williamsburg with the lead, and I'll tell you, Dan, in recapping this first half, it did not start off well at all for the Tigers. We thought we might have a long night. Williamsburg, Tigers get the ball, they go 3 and out, they punt to Williamsburg. They go right down the field and score. Tigers get the ball back, they go 3 and out. Williamsburg goes right down, gets the ball back, goes right down and score. It's 14-0 with hardly 2 or 3 minutes gone by, and we thought it was set to shot, but then Brady Kaufman steps up with that big 71-yard run and got the air back in the building.
Yeah, it turned around, and I'm not going to take any credit for when we talked about what could they do or what should they do, but they did. They went back to their basics. The line broke down, hit their targets when they're on their blocking assignments, which is critical in a game like this. And then from there, to come back and capitalize off of mistakes. That was probably what led the next touchdown for the Tigers, was capitalize off a mistake. And it was a sheer luck, because I think it was a bad kick, to be honest with you. And the bad kick that turned in, that Williamsburg just looked at the ball dropped and said, oh, that's a live ball.
Yep.
So that was a big play for the Grinnell Tigers to get that line up for the second touchdown and go down the field again.
And by the way, Kaufman's 71-yard run, as we said, was the longest scoring run by a Grinnell player since 2020. And also, tonight, Brady Kaufman goes over 3,000 career passing yards. He's the first Tiger to do that since Eli Dunn. So, I mean, considering the way it started out, Dan, I mean, you're still 2 scores down, but you're right there. Now, Williamsburg does get the ball to start the second half, so Tiger defense, they finally stopped Williamsburg, made them punt there. They seem to, as you said, they've seemed to make their adjustments and kind of see what Williamsburg's trying to do. They have beat us on those slants, but I know they're going to talk about that. We heard our coaches over here talking about it, and again, adjustments, see how they come out.
Yeah, the big thing I think is for that defense where we only have 3 down linemen, so that's opening it up with 2 defensive ends that are very flexible because they bounce back. They're playing a flat linebacker position or an outside linebacker, which lets the next 4 of the core roll back to play a defensive back, corner position, and the linebacker position. So from that standpoint, we have to take a look at the analysis of heads-up ball. Anytime you see 2 or 3 receivers are in the opposition, you have to be able to step back and say, all right, we're going to cover this. We're not going to be overplaying. And the times that they had the big plays, we were up too close. We weren't letting our safety is just playing within 15 yards of the field and not settling back as the ball or as the game materializes. So that's where we get caught every time.
And, Adam Haydenfeld, the Grinnell Tiger head coach, talked about that in the pregame. We mentioned in the pregame as well. Williamsburg, they don't throw deep a lot. They have done a couple times with some success, but mainly those passes are short little passes, 5 to 7 yards, and then they get the ball to the playmakers in space, and they're just good enough and quick enough to make the plays, and they have so far.
Exactly. Though 3 years ago, those were our bread and butter plays. Grinnell Tigers were golden off that center slide in the field and made bank on it a lot of times. So, yes, that was before Coach Haydenfeld was here, but the staff, and I think that's what some of Coach Baker and Coach Farmer up here, it's like, we've seen that before. We used to do it, so we now have to make our adjustments and play off it.
We are at halftime. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 21-12. We'll take this another 2-minute break here for more of our fine sponsors. As we say, you're watching Grinnell Tiger football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to Tri-Church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments. So no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
My name is Tommy Hexter, and I'm running for the Iowa State House to represent Poweshiek and Tama counties. I will work to reinvest in our public schools, provide tax breaks and incentives for small farms and small businesses, enhance our state parks, and build healthcare access in our rural communities. I believe in a bright future for all Iowans. Learn more at hexterforiowa.com. Paid for by Tommy Hexter for Iowa.
Back here at TT Cranfield, halftime, Grinnell trails Williamsburg 21-12. Williamsburg will get the ball to start the second half. And Dan, again, one thing I like about what we do here, we try to promote all Tiger sports and also local things, and FFA fruit sales is another great thing to talk about.
Yep, and again, as we mentioned the first quarter in the pregame, this FFA group, what they're doing is they're raising money. It's one of their major fundraisers. There's stuff that they go out in the fields. They do like soil testing. They do judging of different animals, and they do like crop testing and stuff, plus the activities that go on in their classroom. It helps fund some of the extra field trips and stuff they go on to farmers' fields or into different plants or factories that deal with agricultural. So there's many things that are funded from the FFA fruit sales. And again, it's not just fruit sales. You can see they have fruits, meats, cheese, candies, the cookie dough, which is the edible cookie dough, so you don't even have to cook it. You can just pop it in your mouth and eat it, or throw it on top of ice cream. And then as the two gals up here 2 weeks ago talked about, the butter braids are like their favorite. They have like 2 or 3 or 4 different flavors. You order them up. It's kind of like I guess a traditional coffee cake, but it's in a braided kind of more of a pastry dough. So those are a couple things you could do to help the kids out in high school. And again, it's not that we favor sports. Sports is the one thing that we could live stream and we could give commentary to, but we also do reach out to, we're fully supportive of everything that goes in the high school, along with the FFA group, the large group speech, small group, the theater department. So we're pretty well capable. If anyone needs a shout out or something in the school activities, we can help them out too. Another thing we like to help out is downtown, trying to bring back the community to downtown. So the Strand Theater, if you're out and about, have something that you not necessarily want to watch football, up on the screen is the 3 different theaters that they have down there and what's going on. It looks like Smile 2, The Night Before Christmas, and the Wild Robot. So they do have some discount prices when it comes to matinees also.
That Wild Robot's been getting great reviews, and I would like to see that myself. And by the way, I don't know if you've mentioned this, but if you haven't been to the Strand Theater in a while, they have completely redone their seating. They have now the big comfy
the
chairs.
recliner
Yeah,
seats.
the recliner type seats. So it really is nice. It really is worth a trip downtown. Great way to spend an afternoon. Like Dan said, go into a matinee, take advantage of that matinee price, or just make an evening of it. Go out for a nice meal at one of the many area downtown restaurants and go check out a great movie at the Strand Theater with all new seating. So you need to check it out. It's really pretty nice.
Our downtown community is really thriving, and anything that we could do to continue to support it. I know that through Polly-Ice Pizza, they have a couple different places that they deliver to restaurants so people can eat Polly-Ice Pizza and maybe watch a ball game at the same time. So reach out to those businesses and continue to keep Grinnell downtown the downtown that it's been for many years, because so many small towns are losing their downtown, and we just want to be a promoter of keeping Grinnell a great place to live and a great place to come to. So there's my pipe for the downtown. I put my chamber hat on there for a couple minutes.
Absolutely, lots to offer. We're at halftime, 21-12. Williamsburg with the lead. We'll take this 2-minute break. Come back. We'll have some stats, some more analysis, and talk about some other things. As we say you're watching Tiger football on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Hi there, this is Joey Pollyi, third-generation owner of Pollyi's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pollyi's in downtown Grinnell.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 Fifth Avenue, Grinnell.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're
Halftime here at TT Cranny Field. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 21-12, as you see in our Kurtz Citizen Center scoreboard. We do now have some stats from Jeremy Shapiro. Again, check him out. He's on X. He does a lot of things, Grinnell sports and activities. Check him out, Jeremy Shapiro. Just search for him, and you'll see him, Shapiro. First half team stats unofficial. Williamsburg rushing 127 yards, Grinnell with 101. Passing, Williamsburg has 150 yards passing to Grinnell's 36. Total yards, Williamsburg 277 to Grinnell's 137. First down, Raiders have 9, Tigers have 4. No turnovers. Penalties, 2 on Williamsburg and 3 for Grinnell. Unofficial first half stats for the Grinnell Tigers. Brady Kaufman, 6 carries for 53 yards. And they say, well, how did he have a 71-yard run? Well, because when he gets sacked, that counts as a rush, and then you have to take those yards off. That's how he went backwards there. So Kaufman, 6 carries for 53 yards. Jack Hoops, 1 carry for 22. Josh Ringer, 9 carries for 19 yards. And Benny Campanzu, 3 carries for 7 yards. Passing, Kaufman, 5 for 11 for 36 yards. I'm sure that's going to be a point to try to get that going for the Grinnell Tigers in the second half. Receiving, Heishman, 2 catches for 22 yards. Ringer, 2 catches for 10 yards. Pavey, 1 catch for those 4 yards. For the Williamsburg Raiders unofficial stats, the tailback, Niall Sin, has 9 carries for 75 yards. Grady Weechin, a senior, he had 2 carries for 45 yards. Race Heitman had 1 carry for 10 yards. And then Hooker, the quarterback, was sacked for an 11-yard loss. Passing, Hooker is 7 for 7 for 150 yards and 1 touchdown. Receiving, Race Heitman has 4 catches for 118 yards. John Eichhorn has 2 catches for 16 yards. And then Cale Moore has 1 catch for 15 yards, and Niall Sin 1 catch for 1 yard. So those stats from Jeremy Shapiro. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. And again, I guess, Dan, so let's have you put your coach's hat on. So Tigers have to come out. They got to play defense. We talked about it, maybe try to get the passing game more. But if you're Coach Haydenfield, what are you telling your troops now?
Well, I think one of the first things I would do is I would start to stretch out my offensive line. Because, basically Williamsburg's running the same defense that Grinnell does. So you're seeing something that you do. All these kids are playing. We have quite a few of them playing both ways. So spread your gaps out. Make them force that 3-man front out and open it up, and you could start countering backwards. Take it to the outside, open up your pass a little bit, and then dive it right back down to that A gap and try to get some yardage and do some counter. But when you're so tight in that line like we have been, we're not stretching out any. And you tight like that, and you're trying to run the ball up it, you're forcing all that pressure onto your tackle and your guards to create the holes. Well, if you make bigger holes, it works, and that's just the past experience I've had of being an offensive line coach.
And then when we get into a passing situation, what Williamsburg does then, they're bringing a linebacker through that A gap, which is the gap between the center and the guard. So if you're the Tigers, you try to get short passes or quick. He has to get rid of the ball quickly.
So you constantly have to be running somebody through that slant position over that middle linebacker position, because you have to make them honor that. If you have somebody that's always slanting, then you can burn them, because as soon as they step up 2 feet into that gap and then you hit them with a slant play, then they have to start honoring it. So we just have to be cognizant of what we're doing and what that linebacker's doing, and start countering and having a slant at least every other time running that center. And, from there, it's all the game of tricks. How are you going to put enough of a trick out there to make them suck into it and honor it every time?
We are at halftime. Grinnell trails 21-12. We'll take this 2-minute break, come back, and we'll have the start of the second half for you as we say you're watching Grinnell Tiger football on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for dairy.
Hey, Grinnell Tigers, Skip Lowe with Northwest Partners. Great to see you for another season. As a reminder, winning is not everything, it's the only thing, according to Vince Lombardi. Also, a reminder, good sportsmanship is going to carry you through life. Please come see us at North Risk Partners. We're located in Grinnell. Give us a call at 641-528-6088. Love to talk to you about our community-owned health plan. $0 deductibles, out-of-pocket expenses for all of your services. Go Tigers, win now.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to Tri Church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
Halftime here at TT Cranny Field. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 21-12. Raiders will get the ball, as we have said here, to start this third quarter. Alongside Dan Walker, I'm Chris Junior. Glad to have you with us here on a Friday night. Our camera person up here in the press box, Lori Walker, who's the real director of operations. I know Dan likes to put that title out there, but we know who runs the show. And our on-field camera person, Cody Flowers, is down there helping us out as well. Glad to have you with us here on a Friday night of high school football. Again, an absolutely gorgeous night, and it was windy to start, and then it died down. Now it looks like it's kind of picked back up here a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of cool air, enough that Lori got her stocking cap out, which she sits right in front of the window. So,
so Tigers are getting loosened up. Again, take a moment here to salute our kid captains here for the night. Lane Dempy is a kid captain. They are a fourth grader at Davis Elementary. Lane was wearing number 3 tonight. And also Kason Pester is a third grader at Davis Elementary, and they were wearing number 2. Both boys play flag football with the Grinnell Parks and Rec office. Also, we'll take this moment here to go through our sponsors. Without them, we could not be doing this, and we really appreciate them. A tip of the hat and a salute to them. They include Polly Ice Pizza, Grinnell Mutual, Proline Building Company, Dairy Barn, North Risk Partners, Weldon Drywall, Prairie Lakes Church, Hexter for House, Latitude Signage and Design, and Mayflower Community. In addition to all those that we just mentioned, they are also on our business card sponsors. You see that business card in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. In addition to all those sponsors, we have Turnkey Realty, Kurt's Collision Center, Brett Nichols State Farm, Coriel Photography, Clarity Eye Care, KGRN, and Mindy Holes, Exit Realty. And then our specialty sponsors, our pregame by Cirques Financial Services, our quarters by Brett Nichols State Farm Insurance, Red Zone by Polly Ice Pizza, touchdowns by Dairy Barn, our timeouts and first downs by Edward Jones, Mark and Paul Copeland, your registered representatives, scoreboard by Kurt's Collision Center, and our Clarity Eye Care brings us the instant replay. So a big tip of the hat and a salute to all those fine sponsors that help keep us on the air. We are set for the start of the third quarter. Our third quarter brought to us by Brett Nichols State Farm Insurance. Jack Hoop set to kick off for Grinnell. See if he does a pooch kick or tries to boot it out of the end zone here. Caught Williamsburg by surprise that first half. This time Jack lays into it. It goes back in the end zone, and that is a touchback. So we'll be Raider football, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
That showed a little bit of the wind that was still there.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack's a good kicker, but, I mean, the wind, we get some burst here and there, and that you can kind of see every once in a while when the camera pans back to the home side, you can see the flags up on the top blowing a little bit.
So 1st and 10 Raiders at their own 20. Grant Hooker's the quarterback. Weech, the young man who was playing, he was injured the first half, has not returned. Don't know his status. There's a ball, handoff to Sin. He was up the middle, dragging tackles out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line.
Gallagher had him right when he came across the line and then just didn't get a good wrap up. But I tell you what, Jack has some quick feet because he caught him, stayed with him, and brought him down.
So it's a first down for Williamsburg out at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 Raiders. Hooker, the quarterback, sends a man in motion, takes a snap, gives it on, fakes the handoff. Sin has it, but good discipline by the Tigers there. They stayed at home that time, Dan, and that left side end wrapped him up. I thought it was Slagle maybe.
Slagle pushed out, and then Jack Gallagher went off his backside. So that's another great job on that far left-hand side.
Because the first time they ran that, they actually did do the double handoff and went for a big gain. This time they faked it, but they tackled Sin before he could get any gain. So it's no gain, 2nd down and 10 for the Raiders. Hooker, the quarterback, pretends like he's going to snap it. Then they all turn and look at the sideline. Again, they do that so the coaching staff can see what defensive formation the Tigers are in. They call the play. Hooker fakes a pass. Now he has a pass out in the flat and is caught out there by their receiver. I think that was
number 21,
John Eichhorn. Big 6'4", 200-pound receiver out there. Out across.
And he was trying to secure the ball in. Well, actually, it was good for us because it gave Jack Hoops time to come across and make the tackle from that safety position.
It is a first down, ball out to the 45-yard line. So 1st and 10 Raiders, just underway here in the third quarter. 10:40 left to go in the third quarter. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 21-12 on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Hooker takes the snap, rolls out to his right, throws, has a receiver out there. It is Eichhorn again, and he's on the loose inside the 30. Eichhorn, a big fella, roaming downfield, tries to cut back, but slips down at about the 16-yard line, tackled by Kapanzu. But again, another big play by the Raiders. Just a simple little short pass. They turn into another big gain.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring this back here just to catch it so they can see right where that pop pass goes. And here you can see right here he drops off to that position. We're going to have to watch that every time. So
and there's a pass in the end zone. Thanks for that. Cody Flowers on a Clarity Eye Care Instant Replay. That pass just missed in the end zone. Trying to hit more in the end zone. Falls incomplete. Incomplete pass will bring up 2nd down and 10 for Williamsburg.
If you're watching us on YouTube, we appreciate your tuning in tonight. Give us a thumbs up. If you're a Tiger fan that hasn't tuned in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you'll be notified every time we come on air.
High snap taken by Hooker, gives the ball to Sin. He tries to cut back again. He always starts to the right side. Every time I've seen him, then he cuts back left. But somebody was hanging on there.
Yeah, had near side snap. Brock Heischman come around and caught a leg as he is starting to turn up the field. So good job there with Brock.
So 3rd down and about 8 for Williamsburg. Ball down at the Tiger 15-yard line. Probably 2-down territory here for Coach Ritchie if they don't make it here. So 3rd down and 8 for the Raiders. Hooker, the quarterback, takes a snap, fakes the give, throws on a slant again, and this pass is dropped right in the hands of his receiver. That is looks like number 8.
That's when you'll take on the bus and think about it a couple times tonight.
So incomplete pass brings up 4th down and 8. And as we suspected, Coach Ritchie is going to go for it here. Obviously a key play here in the ball game. 4th down and 8. Hooker, the quarterback, sends a man in motion. Back to pass as Hooker looking, throws a slant route, and it is caught. No, knocked away. I thought for a moment that was Heichman out there in coverage. He was right with the receiver on the slant. Looked like he had it, but then knocked it away at the last second.
He was able to break it up. So, and they saw that live. I can go back in here and zoom back into it.
This is our Clarity Eye Care Instant Replay. Again, that slant route we talked about at half. He tries to hit him and is broken up.
Yep, slid right back out of his lap there, so he didn't really secure it. So, good job for the Grinnell Tigers.
And the Tiger defense gets a stop, and they take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. 9:19 left to go third quarter, 21-12. Williamsburg with the lead on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Kaufman in the shotgun. Takes a snap, fakes the give, looking to pass. He's on the move, throws out the run, and he's caught by out there. That's number 2. That is Kellen Harder. Makes the catch out across the 40. Gets a Edward Jones first down out to the 44-yard line. Wow, I thought for a second that was going to be picked. I didn't see receiver there, but all of a sudden Harder popped up and made the catch. And Tigers get it out to their own 44-yard line. So 1st and 10 Grinnell, 3 receivers to the near side. Now man in motion comes in tight to the line. Williamsburg showing blitz. Here they come. Hand off to Ringler. Pushes forward. Plows across the 45 to about the 46-yard line.
Could pick up a 3, looks like.
And that time they did what we talked about, Dan. It wasn't a passing situation, but they decided to send guys through those gaps, and Tigers did a nice job of picking that up and allowed Ringler to get 3 yards on the play. So 3-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 7. Line of scrimmage at the Tiger 47-yard line. Coffin sends 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Empty back in the backfield. Williamsburg showing blitz, fakes it, gives it to Caponzu on the inside, and there's just nothing there. Williamsburg smelled that one out. Again, Caponzu has a lot of speed, but Raiders are right there to shut him down. Loss in the play back to the 46-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Like number 21, Eichhorn. Is that how you pronounce that? Eichhorn?
Eichhorn, yep.
Eichhorn in on one of the first ones there on the tackle.
Very good, very athletic Williamsburg Raider team. And after the initial 2 scores, it's been a pretty good ball game. Tigers showing a lot of fight here. 3rd down and 8 for Grinnell, and we are going to get a whistle, and what do we have? Timeout taken by Grinnell. We'll take one as well. 7:32 left to go, 3rd quarter. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
My name is Tommy Hexter, and I'm running for the Iowa State House to represent Poweshiek and Tama counties. I will work to reinvest in our public schools, provide tax breaks and incentives for small farms and small businesses, enhance our state parks, and build healthcare access in our rural communities. I believe in a bright future for all Iowans. Learn more at hexterforiowa.com. Paid for by Tommy Hexter for Iowa.
Back here at TT Craney Field. Tigers facing a 3rd down and 8. And Coach Adam Haydenfeld takes a timeout. That's an Edward Jones timeout. Mark and Paul Colpin, your registered representatives. And see what play call he dials up here. Williamsburg, as we said in the first half, see if they bring linebackers in through the gaps here. 3 receivers bunched here to the near side, 1 to the top, the far side. Coffin in the shotgun. Fakes to give it to Caponzu. Back to pass. There's a screen out. Has Ringler out here, and he is going to be met and dropped. Maybe gets out to the 47. Just great reaction by the Raiders. They just really fly to the ball.
Here it is on your instant replay.
30-eye instant replay going to come right at you. Coffin throws it out there. There's blocking out there, but they're just in there on the tackle. John Eichhorn just makes that stop and gets Ringler before he can get ahead of steam. 4th down and 6, and Jack Hoops on to punt for Grinnell. That was a Clarity Eye Care instant replay. Back deep for Williamsburg. And this time he punts it away and goes out of bounds. That probably by design. They probably told him, do not punt it to him, get it out of bounds.
That'd be about right on the 14-yard lines, but because that's where the last bounce was.
Yep, and again,
and he's getting a little bit gracious of a punt there.
Your official in the middle of the field made the spot right there, so they are going to mark that down at the 12-yard line.
I won't complain about that one.
So 1st and 10 Raiders. That was Race Heitman back there to receive that punt, or I guess in this case, watch it go out of bounds. 1st and 10 Raiders at their own 12-yard line. Grant Hooker, the senior quarterback, 6'5", 185, takes the snap, gives the ball off to Sin over the right side. Coffin had him, and then also coming in there, gets over the left side out to about the 15-yard line.
Like a number 14, and there's that
That is Logan McDonald. Yep, Logan McDonald in there. Also Gallagher in on the tackle.
Haven't heard much of McDonald's name called tonight, but in the past he's been pretty much the sticker for us.
Pickup of 3 brings up 2nd down and 7. Ball spotted down at the 15-yard line. 6:13 and counting left to go here, third quarter, as you see in our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Snap. Hooker throws a slant route again. That slant, and this time it's caught by Connor Westcott.
Yeah, Benny Caponzo right there on that corner to pick him up.
Oh, no, they did. Now they rule it incomplete.
Oh.
They waved it off. So they move it back. So I thought he had caught it, but they said no, incomplete. So now it's 3rd down and 7 for Williamsburg. Williamsburg coaching staff kind of shaking their heads at that one like, we thought our guy caught it. Hooker takes the snap, rolls out.
There it is.
Looking out there, and pass is intended for Eichhorn. Goes incomplete. Eichhorn kind of slipped down.
We're lucky he didn't pivot to the center of the field because Moore was on a streak right down the center, and that would have been a touchdown.
Eichhorn out there talking to that official on the sideline. Maybe he felt he instead of slipping, he was maybe helped to the ground a little bit, but no flag. Tigers get the stop, and it is 4th down and 7. So back deep to kick is Weiskopf. Hoops and Caponzo. Hoops and Heisman back deep
there. Yep.
For Grinnell. Westcott gets a punt out. It's kind of a kick. It's going to take a bounce. Tigers just get away from it. It takes a Williamsburg bounce into Tiger territory at the 43-yard line where it's downed. So Tigers have good field position.
Now the goal is that we just have to turn it into something.
Yep.
So, take your mistakes and throw them out the window, reorganize what your plays are, our blocking positions, and then just take it on by the horns.
Yeah, that's a great point because you only get so few opportunities, and when they're there, you have to find ways to take advantage of them. So 1st and 10 Grinnell, ball at their own 43-yard line. Coffin, 3 backs in the backfield, fakes the give, looking, tries an up and go route, trying to hit Heisman. The ball's out there, just overthrown.
Heisman took a stagger here about the 35. I think if he would have just kept running, he probably would have been right underneath that ball.
So that pass falls incomplete. Back there in coverage for the Raiders, number 16, number 18 rather, Logan Hummer. Just overthrown, so brings up 2nd down and 10. But I like that, taking a shot like that. Use Heisman, one of your speediest receivers. Get him out there and see what happens. So 2nd and 10 Grinnell, ball at the 43. Kaufman in the shotgun. Back to pass again. This time he throws out in the flat and overshoots his intended receiver.
That's
trying to hit
Hoops
number 13.
out there in that flap. I think isn't it Hoops, Levin?
Okay, it was Jack Hoops,
Yep.
You're right. Out there in the flat. So now it's 3rd down and 10 for Grinnell. Tigers just trying to get something going here offensively. They've had a couple of moments, but by and large, the Williamsburg defense has stymied this Tiger attack. 3 receivers to the near side. 3rd and 10, Coffin back to pass. Blitz coming, steps up. Coffin looking, now he's going to run. He takes off into Raider territory, steps out at
1 yard short.
The 47-yard line. Well, they're going to put him. No, they're going to give him the 1st down, I think. Ooh. They're moving the chain. So it is an Edward Jones 1st down. We thought for just a moment that he was stopped. He stepped out short, but so it's an Edward Jones 1st down. And Tigers keep
we're
the drive
almost on
alive.
top of it, looking right at it. It seemed like he was short, but.
So 1st and 10, Grinnell into Raider territory at the 47-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Coffin in the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives it over to Ringler over the left side. Ringler trying to get around to the edge. This time he gets out to that 2nd level, lowers his shoulder, and drives down to about the 41-yard line.
Let's take a look at on the instant replay here.
So you see in our 30 eye care instant replay, Ringler around that right side. He sees Met there, but then just pushes that pile forward. good leg and had some help from his offensive lineman. That's our clarity eye care instant replay.
You talked about yards after contact right there. You had about 3 or 4 good yards after contact.
So that was a 6-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down and 4. Ball down at the Raider 41-yard line. Kaufman in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, and Williamsburg showing blitz. This time they give it to Ringer over the left side. He's looking for his hole, bursts through, and he gets down to about the 35.
I think he has his first down, don't he?
Yeah, they're moving the chains. That's another Edward Jones first down. So Ringer looking for that hole, and we talked about adjustments. Obviously, the Tiger coaching staff saw something they can exploit there, Dan, because they're making a little bit of dents here in this Raider defense.
Well, I tell you, it's executing something that you talk about at halftime. You take something from a chalkboard, or I guess it's dry erase board, or their huddle cam that they could show them, and they're actually executing right now.
When you say chalkboard, you're dating yourself.
I know. There was no dry erase boards when I was in high school.
No. So 1st and 10, Grinnell. Ball at the Raider 36. Kaufman in the shotgun. Takes a snap, back to pass. So has a receiver out there. That's number 3, Jake Van Compernol. Just a little, nothing fancy, just a quick pass, a little out route.
But it gets us 6-7 yards. So that's what we need to do to move down the field, especially when we're getting closer and closer to that red zone.
And Williamsburg really getting pressure on the ball. And as you said, adjustments, that's one of the things that Coach Haydenfeld and the staff made. Instead of having Kaufman sit back there, they get him out there looking for a quick pass, quick release. And as Dan said, picked up 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Now Kaufman moves the troops over. Brings Heisman here to the near side. Hand the ball off to Ringler, and that time Williamsburg was on a full-out blitz.
Yeah, they had 3 gaps filled.
Yeah, they went cover 0, which means they blitzed everybody but the backs covering the receivers. So in that case, they sent 8 guys to the ball, and just Ringler had no chance.
They took 5 and turned to 8.
Lost in the play. Back to the 33.
I'm sure they had 3 that were head up, and then they filled 5 gaps. And that's impossible to block when you're, I don't care how good a lineman you are.
And Coach Haydenfeld mentioned that in the pregame, that Williamsburg does that from time to time. They will do that 0 coverage or all-out blitz. So 3rd and 7 now for the Tigers at the Raider 33. Kaufman in the shotgun, back to pass, looking, throws it up and out there, has a receiver open. It's dropped. In and out of the hands of the Tiger receiver that time.
That Jack Coop? Nope, I can't turn his side here. 15?
Number 15, I think. Trent Scheck that time could not bring it in. Going to bring up 4th down and 7 for Grinnell. And again, you talked about it, making adjustments. The line gave Kaufman time. Again, that route took time to develop, and he has some time back there.
Yep, he did. He had to step off to his left-hand side, but still it was setting up a place. And at the same time, Williamsburg is seeing that people are running routes. So you start to see that the safety, the corners are now staying home.
Play clock to 5. Tigers have to hurry. Kaufman the shotgun. 4th down and 7. Kaufman throws a pass out in the flat and misses his intended receiver. Would have been short of the first down anyway. Trying to hit Kane Pavey out there in the flat. So Raider defense returns the favor. They hold the Tigers, and Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 33. 3:09 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 21-12. Tigers close out the regular season next Friday down at Fairfield. And we will have that broadcast for you, live stream, audio version, radio style, next Friday from Fairfield High School.
And we'll keep our fingers crossed that we have a good signal.
Yes. We haven't mentioned the Benton game from last week, but we appreciate your patience with us. That was quite the thing that went on there. 1st and 10 Raiders, and this time Sin is met in the backfield. Tigers got penetration that time. Somebody shot through there.
Number 63, I believe that is Jacob Burnett.
So Jacob Burnett just got loose and got in the backfield, met Sin before he could get ahead of steam. And they do give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, so it's no gain. Brings up 2nd down and 10 for Williamsburg. Hooker back to pass, looking, does a hook and go now out there to his receiver. It's caught. And then caught by number 21. That is John Eichhorn. Again, that big tight end, big receiver, 6'4", 200 pounds basically. Just throws it up there. underthrew it a little bit, so he came back to it.
He did. He
used
had
his
come
body
back,
to shield the defender.
which that's helping us a little bit of getting a good tackle, because if he could be hitting these guys in the downfield stride, I mean, and he did in the first half. He had some excellent passes, but we're have a little bit of savior here.
So 1st and 10 Raiders into Tiger territory at the 45. Sin on the ball carrier. Gets over the right side. He's wrapped up again. Number 63 is in there again, Dan. That's Jacob Burnett again, 6-foot junior defensive tackle, 6 foot, 290 pounds. Jacob grabbed a hold of Sin, and Sin tried to break loose, but Jacob said, no, you don't.
He had a good grip on him. I mean, and he had a good hit on him first, and he did the right thing. You put the hit to him, and he tried to wrap him. He couldn't get him, but he held on.
So loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12 for Williamsburg at their own 47. Hooker back to pass. Has Eichhorn again. He's thrown out there. He's got loose. He catches it, and he is taken down out of bounds. Inside the 15 to maybe I guess they're going to spot him down right at the 15-yard line. Scheck back there in coverage, but another big play for the Raiders, and they are 1st and 10 at the Tiger 15-yard line.
That was a catch in yards plus.
So 1st and 10 now for Williamsburg. They seem like the Raiders just tonight have been able to make that big play or get that play when they need it. And Tiger defense has to do the job here. Hooker gives the ball to Sin over the left side. He breaks the tackle, dives down inside the 15 to about the 10. Tripped up, and you're going to spot him down at the 11-yard line. So pick up a 5, going to bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Raiders. Coming up on 1 minute left to go here, third quarter, as you see in our Curse Collision Center scoreboard. Excuse me. 21-12, Williamsburg with the lead. We'll have Coach Adam Haydenfeld up here on our Tiger Sports Live Stream Network post-game show. High snap, Hooker takes it, gives to Sin over the left side. Sin with a spin move, and he's into the end zone for the Raider touchdown. Spun away from a couple of tackles that time, and just a great effort, a great run by Sin. Raiders score, and it's 27-12, extra point pending.
Yeah. There's a lot of times, that's an opportunity that you could use that spin to your advantage, but there's going to be one time where that spin's not going to feel so good. So he was fortunate. He was able to spin off 3 tackles there and work his way into the end zone.
Kobe McMullen in for the extra point. There's a snap, there's a hold, kick is up on the way, and it is good. 49 seconds left to go, third quarter. Williamsburg extends the lead 28-12 over Grinnell. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Senior night here at TT Craney Field, and so far not a very happy one for Grinnell. They trail Williamsburg 28-12. Grinnell Tiger volleyball team is hosting a semifinal round. That's right, you heard me right. A semifinal volleyball match next Thursday night here in Grinnell. They play the winner of North Polk and Mason City in the Class 4A Region 3 semifinal match. If you go to our website, tigerslsn.com, you'll see a QR code there, or Venmo. We are still taking donations to help us support that, to see if we can get that broadcast. tigerslsn.com is the website. There's a kickoff taken by Hoops at the 15. Tries to go to the near side, and he is bumped out of bounds. Actually, yeah, that is Jack Hoops. Bumped out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. So pretty decent field position for Grinnell. They will set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Still a 2-possession game for Grinnell. I mean, it's 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversion, but still you're within 2 scores of Williamsburg.
Yeah, and right now we're still just playing on missed opportunities.
So Kaufman in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. Now he sends a man in motion. Kaufman back to pass. Here comes the blitz. Kaufman back to pass, just throws it up there for grabs. Pavey with the reception. And Tiger fans wanted interference, but nothing called.
Yeah, there was no turn of the head to see where any ball, what placement was at all.
Well, and he also put his hands up, which you're not supposed to do either. So Williamsburg catches a break there. Pass is incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10. By the way, for people wondering if there would have been pass interference called, it's not like in the pros. It's not a spot foul. It's just 15 yards. But nothing was called, so 2nd down and 10 for Grinnell. Kaufman the shotgun once again. Here comes the blitz. Hand off up the middle. That time is Ringler. He gets out to about the 30. Then he's wrapped up and spun backwards.
Well, looks like that was Jack
Oh, that was
Hoops.
Jack Hoops. You're
Yep.
right, Dan. Thank you very much. So Hoops picked up a quick 4. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6 here. Tigers don't have to run another play in this quarter if they don't want to. Play clock is at 22. Game clock is at 10. But it looks like they're going to try to get one in at least. We shall see. 3rd and 6 for Grinnell. Kaufman in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Looking. Brady going to tuck and run. Nope, he's going to throw back to Heisman across the field. He makes the catch.
I think that's a 1st down.
Now they say it's incomplete. He gave him the catch initially, then they said it's incomplete. He got there early. So Raider defense does a job, and that is be 4th down and 6. When we come back here, they know the 3rd quarter. 28-12, Williamsburg with the lead. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Hi there, this is Joey Pollei, 3rd generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savored. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Polley's in downtown Grinnell.
Back here to TT Cranley Field. Alongside Dan Walker, I'm Chris Jr. Lori Walker, our camera person up here in the booth. Cody Flowers, our on-field camera person, bringing you those great 30 eye care instant replays. Ready for the start of the 4th quarter. Our 4th quarter brought to us by Brett Nichols State Farm Insurance. So Tigers go back in punt formation. Jack Hoops back to punt as we get set to start. 4th and 6 now. Ball spotted down at the 30-yard line. Back deep is Heitman for Williamsburg. There's a low punt, kind of bounces. Heitman picks it up, takes it at the 35, gets out across the 40. He's grabbed and spun down about the 44-yard line.
Number 14, Logan McDonald there on the shoestrings, kind of holding them down. Helped out by Gallagher and number 18, Kane Pavey.
So 11:49 left to go here in the ball game. Williamsburg football, 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Well, for Grinnell, it's kind of tried and true time, so we're going to have to probably loosen up a little bit, stretch out, give some people some space so we don't get the long ball on us, but at the same time, that front 5 are going to have to do their job.
So Hooker gives the ball off to Sin over the left side. Sin running hard, gets out right to midfield into Tiger territory down at the 49-yard line.
Burnett had a hand on it, then Capazzo stepped back up out of the safety position, and he saved it.
So gain of 6 on the play brings up 2nd down and 4 for Williamsburg as the clock now starts to become an enemy of the Tigers. 11:20 left to go here in the ball game. Hooker again hands off to Sin over the right side, makes a cutback, but he had a full head of steam that somebody grabbed a hold and kind of threw him down. So nice tackle by Tiger there getting up. Is that McDonald?
Logan McDonald.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I'd jinx him when I said I haven't heard much of his name being called. And he's kind of stepping up in this tail of the third quarter into the fourth quarter.
So 3rd down and 2 now for Williamsburg. Obviously, a stop would be huge here for Grinnell's defense. The handoff sent over the right side, lowers his shoulder, and he spins loose, and he gets away into Tiger territory, has a first down. Stopped initially, but then somehow just kept the legs churning and broke tackles and got down to the 40 for a Williamsburg first
and that's
down.
exactly what it is. Second and third effort of Churn and Brock Heischman there. Jack Hoops on the final tackle to bring him down. But, that's a good education of football. You keep your feet moving, you're going to keep moving the ball down the floor. Field, not the floor. Start thinking about basketball already.
So 1st and 10 for Williamsburg at the Tiger 39. This time Hooker fakes again, back to pass, throws it out there in the flat, has the receiver turned around, and it's broken up nicely. Out there for Grinnell. That was Kellen Harder, I think, number 2 back there.
There should not have been any flags thrown on that, as much as there might have been some groans on it, because that's the exact same play that happened going the other way.
Again, as long as you're consistent as a coach, that's what you want. If you're going to let that go on one side, you let it go on the other. Because just like you said, just like the Williamsburg defender, our defender did not turn back for the ball, kind of put their hands up. Normally that's a PI, but just like last time, they didn't call it. So incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Hooker in the shotgun. Fakes the give, calls his own number this time, keeps it over the left side. He is met and wrapped up. Gets down to about the 35-yard line.
McDonald and number 8.
That's Derek Doty in there making the tackle.
Derek Doty coming up, linebacker position there.
As we fall in under 10 minutes left to go in this ball game. Tigers down, still 2-possession game, 2-score game. The clock is quickly ticking away for Grinnell, and Williamsburg obviously in no hurry to get the play call in.
Grinnell's definitely, they're switching a lot more people out, so I think the fatigue matter is kicking in a little bit.
Sin around the right side, running hard, makes a move, gets past one tackle, and gets pushed out of bounds. Niall Sin gets the first down for Williamsburg. Down to the 28-yard line, pushed out of bounds that time.
Take a quick look at that on the turnaround here.
Our Clarity Eye Care is a replay.
So good job by Williamsburg. You see they pull that right-hand side, drop it out, and as he cuts back, he gets a little bit of missed tackle there on Grinnell's side, but
that's our Clarity Eye Care instant replay. 1st and 10 Williamsburg. Hooker back to pass, rolling out, throws out in the flat, has a receiver out there, and jumped up. And trying for the interception was Kapanzu.
I think that was Heischman.
Or Heischman back to the edge. You're right. Could have been intercepted, but broken up by Heischman. Pass out there intended for number 3 Moore for Williamsburg. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Raiders. Again, if you are just joining us, they have one of their main players, number 24. For Williamsburg. There's a handoff up the middle. I'll get back to that point in a second. That's Sin over the right side, inside the 30, down to about the 24, 23-yard line.
Caponzo and Gallagher in on that tackle.
Again, just Raiders being very systematic. They've taken a couple shots, but by and large, you're getting a big dose of the run. And 3rd down and 5 here. Probably 2-down territory if Williamsburg doesn't make it. But the young man, Grady Weechin, went down, and we have not seen him back, so we hope that young man's okay. Hooker looking to throw, throws out in the flat, has the receiver up there. As Eichhorn jumps up, makes the catch, and he brings it in for a touchdown. Had to wait for the signal there for a minute, but again, John Eichhorn, 6'4", 200 pounds. They've thrown that jump ball a couple times tonight, and he just goes up and high points it. No, we don't have anybody that can get up there.
Yeah, his height helps him alone, let alone he could catch the ball and put himself in the right position.
Extra point now attempt coming for the Raiders. There's a snap. The kick is up, and it is good. 8:39 left to go in the ball game. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 35-12. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
Back here at TT Craney Field, 8:39 left to go in the ballgame, as you see on our Curse Collision Center scoreboard. Next week, the Tigers are down, conclude the regular season. They are at Fairfield to take on the Trojans. We'll take the air right around 7 o'clock with a kickoff at 7:30. We'll have the broadcast radio style right here on the Tiger Sports live stream network. Raiders kicking off now. Taken by Jack Hoops at about the 2. Hoops out across the 20. Out to the 25, lowers his shoulder and plows ahead to about the 30-yard line or so, maybe the 31. So a good return.
No complaints there.
No. Good hard run back by Jack Hoops, and they're actually going to spot it down at the 32-yard line.
Jack has a nice stride once he starts to run.
One of the Tigers seniors tonight said he's going to go to college, a 4-year school, and play soccer when in his secondary education days.
Which we've been able to watch Jack for the last 3 years play soccer. So,
and we'll watch him again this spring.
Watch one more spring here.
So 1st and 10 Grinnell, their own 32. Kaufman in the shotgun. Brady gives the ball to Caponzu, tries to cut back, and Benny gets met and spun down. Just starting to get that head of steam we talk about, but then he was met and hit hard about the 29-yard line. Does pick up 2 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for Grinnell. 8 minutes to go and counting. Here in this 4th quarter, Williamsburg leads Grinnell 35-12 on our Curse Collision Center scoreboard. Kaufman in the shotgun. Man in motion is Heichman. Turns, fakes the give, fakes the throw. Then he's going to look to throw again. Now he's just going to turn and throw it away. Williamsburg had that play snuffed out. He faked the give, was going to try to hit Heichman. Well, they had him covered. Then he faked down the middle, looked back. Heichman was still covered, so he just threw it away.
He actually had time to look two or three different ways, but to no avail. Better than losing yards.
So a complete pass brings up 3rd down and 8, stops the clock, 7:47 left to go in the ball game. We will have Coach Adam Haydenfield up here in our Tiger Sports Live Stream Network post-game show. So be sure to stick around for that. 3rd down and 8 now for Grinnell. Kaufman in the shotgun, takes a snap, back to pass, throws it out there, has a receiver out there. That is Harder, and it's incomplete, I think. He took a shot. Free safety came over as well. So good coverage that time by the Raiders. Harder couldn't quite pull it in. Incomplete pass brings up 4th down and 8. Would have been a tough catch. Pass was right there. Kaufman put it right on the money.
Yeah, it was.
But a big shot by the Williamsburg safety coming over. I thought Harder may have had it for just a moment. Maybe he dislodged it, but nonetheless, incomplete. 4th down and 8. Hoops gets a punt up and away. It's a wobbly punt and fair catch signal for by number 0, Race Heitman, pardon me. So Raiders set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Again, check out our webpage, tigerslsn.com. We have our schedules on there, our broadcast schedules for both volleyball and football. Also, we have a QR code and a Venmo address if you want to help donate. So we can bring that volleyball semifinal for you next Thursday. We would appreciate that as well. 1st and 10, Williamsburg. Hand off to Sin over the right side. He gets outside. He's off to the races. Sin down the sideline, bumped out of bounds.
Touchdown saving tackle or bump out by Jack Hoops, number 11.
Or number 11, Jack Hoops bumps him out. Big gain into Tiger territory. all the way down to the 27-yard line. So 1st and 10 Williamsburg at the Tiger 27. Hooker, the quarterback, turns, hands the ball off to Sin. This time over the left side. He is met and driven down. Good tackle that time. Brock Heichman, good form tackle. Drove right through him and planted him. But still,
something we talked about all game. Wrap your hands and drive through.
Did pick up 4 yards on the play down to the 23, so it's going to be 2nd down and 6 for Williamsburg. Hooker rolling out to pass, throws out in the flat, has his receiver out there, catch is made, and spun out of, well, no, he tried to stay inbounds and break loose, so then some Tigers came out, and more with the catch. I think that's going to be enough to get the Williamsburg Raiders a 1st down. It is. So 1st and 10 Williamsburg down at the 16-yard line. Referee starts the clock once the change is set. 6:45 left to go here in the ball game. 35-12, Williamsburg with the lead.
You know, considering that we had a 20-minute half, it's actually been moving along pretty well.
So 1st and 10 Raiders. Hooker fakes the give. This time he looked like he was going to throw, keeps his own number, or calls his own number over the left side. Gets down inside.
It's like a fumble.
To about the thing. I didn't. Gets down inside to about the thing. Good spot, Chris. Inside the 5 to about the 2. And if there was a fumble, it was recovered by Williamsburg. So it's going to be 1st and goal. Ball spotted down at the 1-yard line. So Tigers all out blitz here. Hooker rolling out, looking, throws in the end zone, overshoots his intended receiver. That was intended for number 21, Eichhorn again, who's been a busy young man tonight. So that pass incomplete. 2nd and goal from the 1. Jack Hoops out there in coverage for Grinnell.
Okay, now there's got to be a mismatch here.
Tigers bringing everybody. They blitz up the middle, and Sin gets the ball, and he gets in for the touchdown. They ran away from it. The blitz came from the left side, Dan. They ran to the other side, and he just plowed into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. So Niall Sin scores from 1 yard out. Increases that Raider lead to 41-12. Williamsburg over Grinnell. McMullen set to kick the extra point. Out of the hold of Bowen Stratton. There's a snap, the kick up, and it is good. 5:55 left to go in the ball game. 42-12. Williamsburg with the lead. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 5th Avenue, Grinnell.
Back here to TT Cranny Field alongside Dan Walker. I'm Chris Ginny. Lori Walker, the camera person up here in the booth. Cody Flowers, our on-field camera person. High school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network. It is senior night, but not a very happy one for the Grinnell Tiger seniors, as Williamsburg has come out this second half and made a pretty big statement, getting 3 quick scores, and they lead 42-12. 5:55 left to go in the ball game. There's a kickoff. Taking this time Hoops lets a bounce in the end zone. And Tigers will get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. See who comes out at quarterback. Looks like it's going to be Derek Doty coming out now to take the quarterback reins.
Is it Derek or is it? Yeah, Derek. I
Yep.
saw number 3 hanging out back
Yeah.
there, but then here come Derek. Okay.
So Derek Doty now, another senior, takes over at quarterback for Brady Kaufman. And Doty's out in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back in the backfield, turns, fakes the give. Doty back to pass, being pursued, throws it out there. Pass is low. Intended out there for Josh Ringler. Pass falls incomplete, 2nd down and 10 for Grinnell. Again, we'll have Coach Adam Haydenfield up here on our Tiger Sports Livestream Network post-game show. Be sure to stick around for that. And we'll have a recap of the game and a few stats and some other things coming up on our Tiger Sports Livestream Network post-game show. 2nd and 10. Doty hands him off to Caponzo. He is met in the backfield and thrown back. Just could not get any type of speed up there.
Yeah, number 32 for Williamsburg, Sawyer Kirby was one of the first ones in there.
So
52 Greer also in there.
Loss of 1 on the play, back to the 19. Going to bring up 3rd down and 11. So Tigers going to drop here to 5-3 overall, 1-3 in the district. Doty gets a snap, throws a pass out there, caught and then dropped. Had it in his hands for just a moment, but then the Tiger player couldn't bring it in. That was Kellen Harder, or no, Jake Van Comperl out there. Pass a little tall, just couldn't quite reel it in. Brings up 4th down, and Tigers will have to punt. So Jack Hoops back to punt for Grinnell. And Williamsburg going to spoil the senior night here at TT Craney Field as they lead Grinnell 42-12. And we have some movement that time on the clap. We actually throw a flag on that? Let's see.
Yeah, back here in the back.
So,
which is only going to get them within 1 yard. No, I think it was offsides.
Yep, he's going to march off 5. So ball moves out to the 24-yard line. 4th and 6 now for Grinnell. So Jack Hoops still back in punt formation. Hoops gets the punt out of there. Williamsburg went for it. They had nobody back. They went for an all-out block. That's interesting. And ball rolls dead at the 45-yard line.
Well, when you think about what's the shortest point between point A and point B, you block the punt and you got another touchdown. So it's a risk. I mean, not really. It's not even a risk when you're up 42-12. So you have 30 points on the board. So why not?
So 1st and 10, Williamsburg. Ball at the 45-yard line. They have a new quarterback in there. Let's see. Nope. Looks like Hooker is there, and Sin, the running back, is in there as well. So 1st and 10, Williamsburg. Ball given to Sin over the left side. Gets out across the 45, and then he stood up and pushed back by a whole host of Tigers out to the 48-yard line. So pick up a 3 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 7. Clock continuing to move here. 4:32 left to go in the ball game. Again, we will have, hopefully, Grinnell Tiger head football coach Adam Haydenfield on our Tiger Sports Live Network post-game show. Easy for me to say. Hooker back to pass. Throws a route down the middle, and coming back to get the pass and make the catch is
And he's in for a touchdown.
Rice Heitman, and he goes in for a Raider touchdown. Nothing fancy there, just a little route into the middle, a little post route, and he broke some tackles and got into the end zone.
Yeah. And a big stiff arm. You know, when you could utilize that stiff arm to keep him off you.
Yep.
He did it very well and had a couple side steps and was able to dance away from the tacklers.
So McMullen on to attempt the extra point for the Raiders. And it's 48-12, extra point pending. Low snap, kick is up, and it is good. 3:58 left to go in the ball game. Williamsburg leads Grinnell 49-12. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for dairy.
Back here to TT Craney Field. 3:58 left to go here in the ball game. 49-12, Raiders with the lead. They're going to go to 7-1 overall, 4-0 in the district. Set up a big showdown with the Benton Bobcats, who are at South Tama tonight, next week in Williamsburg. There's a kickoff taken by Caponzu, about the 5, out across the 20. Caponzu looking for his opening, cuts back, gets out across the 20, still on his feet, out across the 30, to about the 35-yard line.
There's no complaints on that return. That's a good job by Ben. He kept his feet moving and just kept his head upfield.
So Tigers set up shop, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. And again, we'll have the Tigers' last regular season game next Friday. They travel down to Fairfield, take on the Trojans, take the around 7 o'clock, kick off at 7:30 next Friday on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Derek Doty in at quarterback again for Grinnell. Brings a player out. Doty takes a snap, gives the ball off to his up back. Couldn't see who that number was. But he gets out across the 35 to maybe the 37-yard line.
83.
That is Alejandro Cantillo, a senior. Good to see a senior going to get some touches there. So good job there. Picks up 2 yards, brings up 2nd down and 8. Clock moving, 2:35 left to go here in the ball game. Doty hands the ball off to, this time it's Caponzu, up the middle, out across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. So Caponzu picks up 2 more. Going to bring up, or check that, he picked up 4 on that play. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for Grinnell. Derek Doty gets the play from the sideline, trots back out, and we'll relay to the troops. 2 minutes left to go in the ball game right now. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Doty in the shotgun. Doty fakes the give, calls his own number, pulls it out of Caponzu's stomach, and he skips out of bounds and does get a 1st down. That's an Edward Jones 1st down for Derek Doty. Schropp bumped him out of bounds, but it's a 1st and 10 Grinnell at their own 46-yard line.
And with 1:28 left, it's just nice that we're still playing a ball game. We're still executing plays.
So Doty in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Hands the ball off to Caponzu. Tries to cut up the middle, but he is met. Gets to cross the 45 to about the 46-yard line. Again, just as they've done all night long, a lot of white jerseys around the football. And now we're less than a minute left to go. This will probably, could more than likely be the last play of this ball game. So 2nd down and 10, no gain on the play for Grinnell. 2nd and 10. Doty in a quarterback in the shotgun. Hands off to Cantillo around the right side, keeping his legs churning. Gets down to, or out to rather, about the 48-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 8. Game clock is at 30. Or the play clock is at 30. Game clock's at 20, so the Tigers do not have to run another play if they don't want to. Williamsburg fans showing their appreciation of their team. Going to move to 4-0 in the district are the Raiders. Again, setting up a big showdown as they host the Benton Bobcats next week. Benton is tonight up at down at South Tama. Well, from here it's up, but from there it is down. That is it. That's your ball game. Williamsburg gets the win tonight. They defeat Grinnell 49-12. We'll take this 2-minute break and come back for our post game. As you say, you're watching Grinnell Tiger football on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
Hey, Grinnell Tigers, Skip Lowe with Northwest Partners. Great to see you for another season. As a reminder, winning is not everything. It's the only thing, according to Vince Lombardi. Also, a reminder, good sportsmanship is going to carry you through life. Please come see us at Northwest Partners. We're located in Grinnell. Give us a call at 641-528-6088. Love to talk to you about our community-owned health plan. $0 deductibles, out-of-pocket expenses for all of your services. Go Tigers, win now.
Hi there, this is Joey Pollei, 3rd generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savor. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Polley's in downtown Grinnell.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, Tigers go down to defeat tonight, 49-12 versus the Williamsburg Raiders. And again, just kind of started off not too well for the Tigers. They received the opening kickoff, went 3 and out. Williamsburg got the ball, went down and scored. It was 7-0. Tigers get the ball on the kickoff. They go 3 and out. Punt the ball to Williamsburg. They go down and score again, and it was 14-0. Barely before we even had a chance to get the clock moving. Tigers did mount a comeback, though. Brady Coffin ripped off a 71-yard run, and extra point was missed, so it was at that point 14-6. And then Williamsburg went down and scored and answered that touchdown, made it 21-6. Tigers come back and they score. There was a after they scored, they did a kickoff, and it was like a pooch kick, and a bounce, took a funny hop like footballs tend to do, bounced away from the Williamsburg receiver. That's a live football. Tigers recovered it. They went down and scored. It was 21-12. But little did everybody know that would be the last points the Tigers would get. And Williamsburg came back and just played that good ball. They got their ball to athletes in space, and just tonight, when they ever needed a big play, they had John Eichhorn, a senior wide receiver, 6'4", 195 pounds, and they just would throw it up, say, go up and get a big fella. He would use his body like a boxing out and just jump up, high point the ball. What I mean by high point is puts his arm above his head, gets up there and just snatches it out of the air, brings it down, and they picked up first downs, touchdowns, and used that play exclusively And Williamsburg rolls to the win, 49-12 over Grinnell.
And, from that standpoint, too, Chris, is you don't find that out in the first quarter when you're playing the ball game. That was good research, good scouting on behalf of Williamsburg to see what's happening and how Grinnell plays that ball game. So, that it's when it comes down to it, either you're going to plan for it and you're going to be successful, or someone's going to change the game plan on you. And that's just one thing that I think we saw tonight was the ability to adapt and overcome. Yep, right there. And they did a good job at it. And Grinnell had some answers in the first quarter for a couple returns on that. And, when you're playing against a team like Williamsburg that is going to make the most out of every play, you have to take advantage of any mistakes. And we took advantage of a couple mistakes in the first half. And, from there just wasn't too many mistakes that Williamsburg made.
Yeah, they, they certainly showed why they are leading the district. Very well-rounded team, and Coach Kurt Ritchie has a lot of athletes he put out in space, and certainly took advantage of that tonight. And they roll over the Tigers 49-12. Again, we hope to have Coach Adam Haydenfeld up here on our Tiger Sports Live Stream Network post-game show. I'm looking for the coach now. I think he's, down on the sideline still. And he will make his way up here. We hope to have him up here shortly to talk about this. On senior night, let's take a moment here to salute those Tiger seniors. Yeah.
If you'd rather go, we could do either way.
Let's catch some seniors here, and then we'll see if Coach is up here, and we can maybe take another break here. But we have Brock Heichman, Brady Kaufman, Derek Doty, Jack Hoops, Logan McDonald, Kane Pavey, Ethan Rowland, Nolan McFarland, Isaac Hill, Caden Witham, Hunter Stark, Sadi Sharma, and Alejandro Cantillo. It's part of those Tiger seniors. And playing their last game here at TT Craney Field. Again, postseason bids will come out a week from tomorrow. After they will not release them Friday night after the game. Next Friday night's game, they always wait till Saturday morning now. The boys union does. They'll get the pairings out and then seed them, and then they will be released around 10 a.m. next Saturday morning. And with this loss, now the Tigers, all they can do is go down to Fairfield, take care of business down there, get the win, and then ironically, Dan, it's going to kind of be like last year. They're going to have to sit around and play the waiting game. We have to wait and see on the RPI. We explained that. It's a long, complicated process, but it's basically a big old formula. They take your winning percentage, your record, your opponent's record, and your opponent's record, and they factor that in by 1/3 each, and then that's how they get their RPI. And the top 16 make it. And if you're number 17, like the Tigers were last year, you're on the outside looking in.
Right. And one thing where they changed that from about 5 years ago, they used to even encounter points scored difference, and they took that out of the equation because everyone has a bad night or a couple bad nights. So that has been taken out of the equation. But in some of these pairings, there's also the factor of the top two in your district that are in that playoff. So as long as you're top two, which when you get down into like Washington, for example, they went into last week, they're 2-5. Well, they sit in that top two of only having 2 wins in so far. And if they happen to win out, they're still going to have the advantage of winning and being in it and having a record that's less than 500 to get in. So that's the one-off where the RPI kind of, it tries to help the people that are the one game out or 2 games out, but you're still going to have that one-off game as Coach Haydenfield's working his way up here that you possibly could get in just by fact of I'm in the top 2 of my conference. So that southeast Iowa central section down there, Centerville, or actually Washington there, all that's that conference that is just not having a good run this year.
So we're waiting for Coach Adam Haydenfeld on our Tiger Sports Live Stream Network post-game show. He's making his way up here, and we'll get things set up for him as well. Appreciate Coach and his time coming up here, win or lose, and letting give us a chance to talk to him. about tonight's ball game. We'll get him all set up here and make sure everything's turned on and pop that down. And Coach, just one of those things, you start off with the ball 3 and out, they go right down to score. Just kind of like last week at Benton. You got down 2 scores before you even hardly had a chance to blink and just never could really quite come back to that. Had some flashes, but just one of those things where just they kind of put it to you and just couldn't get back from it.
Yeah, we played a really good team, right? And, we knew that coming in. We knew it was going to be important to, possess the ball, try and picking up first downs, and then, keep their offense off the field. They're pretty darn good, right? So, yeah, obviously probably not the start we wanted, but I was really proud of our guys tonight with the resiliency they showed and how hard we played. Obviously it got away from us a little bit late with the final score, but, man, we took their best shots and we kept swinging back. And, I thought, especially coming off of last week where maybe we didn't have that type of response all the time, I thought it was a lot of growth from our guys, and we got a lot of guys pretty invested in this, right? And it's, I loved our effort. We'll be better for that, for embracing hard things and getting after hard things like nights like tonight. And, they won't always end up like tonight, right? But we just got to keep plugging away. Just really proud of our guys' effort.
One thing from our side up here, the positive is to compare to last week. You couldn't take advantage of, or I guess we give opportunities to Benton. We were able to take advantage of a couple opportunities in the first quarter on this side that actually we made something of it. We turned around a ball game. So I guess from my standpoint of when 1 week turnaround, we learned something. Yep. And even if it's a small step, these guys showed improvement. And as I talked to Chris a little bit at halftime, what is our keys to coming back out? It's what happens on the chalkboard. That's how old you and I are, Coach, and Chris. It's what happens on the chalkboard, and can these kids understand what you're trying to explain to adjust to it? And the first half, it had its up and downs. Second half, that first 4 minutes actually showed that they listened.
Yep.
And then it's overcoming those giants.
Yeah, and it's when you play a really good team, you feel like every possession is so critical, right? And so when you get a chance, if you don't hit something or you don't, get a score in, it just feels that much bigger, right? And then it leads the guys trying to press and trying to do too much. And I thought, I was just super proud of how hard our guys played. And it's just we played a really good ball club tonight, right? And they run a nice scheme. They do a lot of different things, and we tried to take their stud away, and that other guys step up and make plays too. And what makes them so good is that they can run the ball so well out of their spread sets, and the Sin kid's a really good back. And but I thought our defense played well tonight. They played hard, man. I thought our tackling was much improved from last week, and offensively, we cleaned some things up, but ultimately just not enough to come out on our side on the scoreboard.
Well, I saw one adjustment you made at halftime, Coach. In the first half, Brady dropped back more, was looking. Second half, you had those quick passes and out there, and it started hitting some of those little outs and those quick little slants. And so nice adjustments because they were sending those guys through the gap so hard.
Yeah, that's kind of their thing defensively, right? Let's send a bunch of athletes at you and get to you before you can get rid of it. And I thought Brady did a nice job of valuing the football tonight and looking to get the ball out when he got opportunities and giving guys chances to make plays. Like Kellen Harder made some really nice plays offensively. Jake Van Compernall had a couple big catches, and they were pretty cognizant of Brock, right? Trying to take him away. They kind of went to they kind of tried to do to him what we tried to do to the Heitman kid, right? Put two over the top of him, and when that happens, you got to give other opportunities to make plays. And I thought we had some guys step up and make some of those plays tonight. I thought Josh Ringler ran the ball really hard, right? It was he's we talk about put your face mask to the ground and get forward, right? And I thought he got better as the night went along.
Yeah, he had a couple defensive tackles that felt the hit.
Yep.
They may have got the tackle on him, and it was 3 or 4 yards, but Josh had definitely multiple hits and yard of gainage after that point. And, to go back to what you're talking about on defense, my two key people here that I thought had a great game was Jacob Burnett, and Jack Gallagher was everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, Jack Gallagher was here on the 32-yard line and was part of Jack Hoop's combination touchdown saving tackle coming on a race all the way across the diagonal of the field. So that type of defense and desire that they're not giving up. And that was very impressive for Chris and I to sit up here and watch this defense not give up. It's just the one-off plays. I mean, there was – you take 6 plays away and we have an even ball game.
Yeah.
And that's the game of football. We all know that.
Yep, it is. And, I mean, to their credit, that's what they've done to everybody all year long, right? And we're trying to – we talked about when they hit plays, hey, we got to tackle them before they get to the goal line. We did it right before the half and end up no score. And so again, we had some moments. We just got to keep showing up and being consistent and keep putting the work in. And this group has done that week in and week out, to this point. So we got one more week guaranteed, and now, we need some help, right? So,
I was just going to tell you,
none of that matters unless we take care of our part next Friday.
Yeah, I mean, right. You have a long trip down to Fairfield next week, take care of business, and then, I don't mean to be cliche here, but it's deja vu. Just going to be like last year. You go down there, if you take care of business, we're not counting on it. We can't assume a win, but if you beat Fairfield, then you have to wait until Saturday morning around 10 a.m. before they see if you made it or not. So. So anyway, appreciate your time, Coach. Thanks for coming up here and talking to us, and good luck next week down at Fairfield. We'll be down there as well, and go Tigers. We'll try to get one down there.
You bet. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, that's Grinnell Tiger head football coach Adam Haydenfeld on our Tiger Sports Live Stream Network post-game show, and that'll wrap it up. For Dan Walker, Lori Walker, and our on-field camera person, Cody Flowers, I'm Chris Juni, saying good night from TT Cranny Field on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is a violation of the law.